Welcome in, boys. We are live. It's Friday night. It's Live Line, sponsored by SportsbookReview.com. And we are 2 days away from Super Bowl Sunday. Can't wait. I'm amped up. We'll be on at 4:30. Tomorrow night, we'll be on at 7. The next 2 days, obviously, basketball takes center stage. How will the Lakers play tonight with their first home game since the tragedy with Kobe Bryant? We're going to find out in a few hours. And that's it. I got the boys with me. Max will be with us a little later on with college basketball. Spread and Tyler will take care of the NBA. Ant's with me, and I'll steer the ship. So with that, what's going on, guys?
I'm doing great today. Pretty excited about tonight's card.
Yeah, is it a good card? You like the NBA card today?
I think it's better than yesterday's, that's for sure.
Yeah, we took Tyler and Spread. We were talking earlier, Jay, while you were trying to figure out how your microphone was supposed to work. Tyler and Spread are already on a play. If they want to go ahead and give that out, it hasn't even started yet. It's one of the 7:05 Central games.
Yeah, that's 8 o'clock for the rest of the world. What play is it?
Memphis and 242.5.
Memphis Grizz under 242.5 at what?
Minus 110.
All right. I will put that at the bottom. We took it in the poop shoot last night. Show dropped a couple of units. I gave out that team first set winner at minus 140, which lost. But I did bet what we were talking about on the show, which was team 3 sets to 1 at plus 300. So I ended the night in the black, but the show didn't. We dropped like a little over 2 units. So we'll try to get that back tonight. Can't win everything. Well, are you guys looking at any what's that, Ant?
Just for a semantics argument, Jay. The Memphis Pelicans game is in New Orleans, and it also involves Memphis. And in both those cities, the local time is 7:05 at tip.
Okay.
I'm just telling you.
Central Standard Time argument.
Yeah, I'm just you East Coasters act like the Eastern time zone is the only time zone. I mean, Chicago, all of Texas, Kansas City, St. Louis, Memphis. A lot of big cities are in the Central time zone. I'm just saying, it's a legitimate time zone, Jason. It's the Mountain time zone that doesn't matter.
It's Ant being Ant. Amen, brother.
I'm just fucking with you. Go on, do your thing. I'm just fucking with you.
I mean, there's really not much to do except break down this NBA card for everybody. Somebody asked about Premier League plays, so we can get that the fuck out of the way right now. Do you like anything in Premier League?
I haven't gotten to Premier League yet. I'm breaking down tomorrow's games as we speak. I got all my tabs open for these soccer metrics and stuff that I use. I do have one play locked in if you want me to go over it, but it's not in Premier League.
Well, go ahead quickly.
Bundesliga, I am taking Hoffenheim. I'm grabbing them at double chance at minus 120. But if you want to grab them on the money line at plus 210, plus 220 in that range, that's pretty good too. Or you can take a Hoffenheim team goals over 1.5. I think that's also another good look. I think this is a situation where the wrong team's favored. Hoffenheim is at home. Their talent level's pretty good. I just think they're very undervalued here. I think Leverkusen, who's their opponent, tends to be a little bit overvalued in most of the Bundesliga betting markets. And the other thing with Bundesliga is it's the most unpredictable of the 5 major European soccer leagues. So betting big favorites in Bundesliga doesn't normally pan out very well. You get a lot of draws and a lot of upset wins in Bundesliga, and Hoffenheim's rates to be one of the better teams in that league. So getting them at this underdog price at home against Leverkusen, who's not Dortmund, who's not Leipzig, who's not Munich, I think this is a pretty good number you're grabbing on Hoffenheim here.
All right, fair enough. So before we go over the NBA card, Jerry Rubenstein checks in. How are we tonight, Jerry?
Jerry Rubenstein's doing Jerry Rubenstein things, Jay. That's what he does. He's just living the life of a guy with the initials GR and the way he would. So Jerry is happy to be here, and I'm a Rubenstein up this show because you know what? I just finished watching the Harvard game. It went into overtime at 116 points. Well, they scored 31 in the fucking overtime session.
Is that good or bad?
Bitches. That is bad.
Is that good or bad?
That is bad. Lost official show play. Cashed a live under that I hit on that. But I was counting my money before it even came back in my account. That is something Jerry Rubenstein does.
Sorry to hear that, Jerry.
I expect you.
I am sorry to hear that.
I expect you.
All right, so obviously, Max, if you like anything, bro, I'm sure I'll ask you later on about the card. And if
I can tell you right now, I played extremes on all these totals. Over 6 points, under 7 points. Plus money prices on both. Yeah, I could get Polish middled, but the numbers that I've been watching say that totals are going above or beyond, and this is going to be profitable. So see how it goes.
Okay. So diving into the NBA card, let's go down the card, boys. We'll start with we got Toronto, Detroit right now 16-13 in the first quarter, 6 minutes into the game. Did you guys have a look on this game? Anything to look for live?
I took Ibaka over 9.5 rebounds at plus 115 in that game.
Okay.
And I was waiting to see if maybe Toronto drops down. We can get them at plus points.
You guys like Toronto to win the game or no?
I do.
What do you think, Fred?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting spot. I didn't get involved with it pregame. I thought plus 4.5 at home for Detroit was a nice number for a home team on a Friday night. So I didn't get involved pregame, but I got it on right now. Raptors are up by 3. We'll look for live spots, but if we don't get involved in this game, I won't be too worried. Not one of my favorite matchups tonight.
All right, next game, 7:40. Brooklyn hosts the Chicago Bulls. Line is Brooklyn minus 5.5. The total is 219. What do you guys think?
I didn't really take anything in that game, but I think Brooklyn wins and covers. And I think the total probably goes over.
Do you? I got it the opposite way there. I just
don't see much defense.
I had Brooklyn by 3.5, so I had a small edge on the Bulls.
This is what I like. Descent.
Yep,
I like it.
Yeah, so I mean, we won't be making an official show out of this one, but just so people know, I had a small edge on the Bulls when I ran it recently. They've been playing much better as of late. Let me pull this up real quick. Oh, come on. I won't be able to pull it up really quick, but I'll just go on with what I was saying. Chicago Bulls have been playing much better as of late. Brooklyn has been quite dysfunctional, and I can see Chicago keeping this close. They've actually been covering spreads for me lately. That could be a little bit of recency bias there, but I'd like Chicago to cover the spread. Have not made a play yet, but boy, we only got 5 minutes. I'll let you know if we do, but I'm not going to right now.
All right. And quickly, somebody asked in the chat, Hoffenheim plus a half goal. Is that an official play for the chat or
yes
for the show?
Yes, I bet it. And I like him plus a half goal, but that also means there's value on their money line. So if you just want to go for the big score on them to win outright at +2, I think it's right around +220-ish. You can do that. I also endorse their team goals over You should be able to get plus money on over 1.5 goals for Hoffenheim at home. They should be good for 2 goals in this spot. I see it being like a 2-2, 3-1, 2-1 type of game.
All right. Houston Rockets -8 at home against the Mavs. The total's 237. Is Harden and Westbrook back yet?
Yeah, they're both back.
So what do you guys like in this game? Anything?
I think it's too many points. I think Dallas getting 8 would be the play. I took a player prop in this one. I took Porzingis over 2.5 threes. You figure with no Luka, he's going to be
Now, I know
low.
they played a couple games before.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so how do you think they look? They didn't really look too bad without him. They didn't look too bad without Luka during the brief time that he missed earlier. Do you think we continue to see that? My worry there is that Dwight Powell being out is a little bit of depth that we're going to miss.
Well, they have the.
So I
have
can understand
Palestine now.
people
Don't they have
being hesitant. Yeah.
So I mean, they have a couple guys. I mean, I think Powell's a better player, but
Quickly to the people in the chat. What's up,
I
everybody?
wouldn't play the Rockets in that game, but I'm not.
Yeah, go ahead, Fred.
I definitely wouldn't play the Rockets in that game. I said I definitely wouldn't play the Rockets in that game. We missed the best of the number. We could have got 9.5 earlier today. So if you want the Mavericks now at +8, not too enthusiastic about that. But because we know that they're so keen to move within their number moves, we might be able to get it or at a better number live. So definitely keep an eye on that. We missed the best of the number if we wanted the Mavericks.
Unicorn over 2.5 threes. Is that just a personal play or official play for the show? All right. So Porzingis over 2.5 threes at what price?
+160.
Wow, that's not bad.
That's what I mean. You're getting good value on it too.
Yeah. Quickly welcome in everybody. Jeff Billings, Twitch One, Harry Darty, Gregory Wilson, Viper, Coco Pongo, Ronnie Lofton, MT13, and the rest of the guys. Let's make some fucking money tonight. All right.
I'll actually
Pelican-
welcome someone in, Jay. Dear Slayer Ski, if you're in the chat, welcome into you, sir. You are by far my favorite person in the chat.
If I
All
entered
right.
the chat, Max, would I become your favorite person?
And
In the chat.
Not on
it
your fucking
would be
life.
quite a battle. But Dear Slayer Ski and I, we hold a connection when it comes to chicken tenders and what sauces we dip our chicken tenders in.
Everything Max just said is a lie. That's a complete lie. You would not be his favorite person in the chat.
Okay.
That's
You know
a lie.
what, Jay? I don't think that you're a mind reader. Are you a gypsy mind reader? Because if you are,
Bro.
I have good use for you.
Stop it.
Gypsy mind reader.
All right, Pelicans, Grizzlies. I know you guys got to play in this game, but somebody in the chat asked about Zion rebound prop. When I started betting that prop about a week ago when he came back, that prop was 5.5 rebounds at even money. It's now 8. Somebody said in the chat his rebound prop is 8.
Yep.
Are we now paying a premium, or is he playing like full game minutes now?
I'd stay away from.
No, he's not. I think you're
8.5
paying a
rebounds.
premium.
I mean,
I wouldn't play that at all.
yeah, I wouldn't play it. Would I be surprised if he goes over it? Not really, but I just stay away from it because you're still not getting the full
I
minutes out
can't
of him.
play. Right. If he's on a minutes restriction, how do you take him over 8 rebounds? If he gets it, he gets it.
And
But how do you take that? When
they're going to
you could have got
overreact
5.5 last week.
That number's higher because of what he did in his last game with the Celtics. I think he grabbed like 11 or 12 rebounds in that game. So you're also getting the inflated number because of that.
Gregory Wilson said he'll play 30 to 33 minutes. What did we say he was playing, Spread? 20 minutes in those first couple
He
games?
was at 20 before. He was at 20 before, but I would be hesitant to believe that they'll lift him that much. If he's not looking 100%, they'll be quick. They'll put the hook on him. So just because the coach said it, I wouldn't necessarily believe it. I think he went over his minutes limit one game. Oh, was he at 28 last game, Greg Wilson? That's some good knowledge. Okay. Well, then, yeah, I guess over 33, then that number is just exactly right. But I still wouldn't play it.
Milwaukee blowing the fucking doors off of everybody. Now at home, a 13-point favorite to Denver. The total is 226. What do you guys think?
Well, you figure Denver's coming in.
It's a terrible situational spot for Denver. Yeah. And did you see they got in late? They didn't get in till like 4 a.m. They had issues with weather. I don't know if it was leaving their airport in Denver or landing, but they spent more time in the air than they wanted to. They got in really late. They played a pretty tough last night. And, I was on Denver, and I was lucky to get that win. Donovan Mitchell played his worst game of the season. Grant played really well. We got some really good performances from Denver. I don't think we see that again. I actually think there's slight value on the Bucks here, but I don't want to give out a -13 as an official play. But if you guys really want to get down on it, I think there's actually as wild as that sounds.
Do you think maybe we look at a first half or a first quarter?
That's exactly what I was going to say. I don't like first quarter because 4.5 is too high. But for the first half, it's -7. I think that's the best number of the whole group. If you do want to get involved, the only thing I don't like about that is sometimes that fatigue kicks in the second half, and we might not get the crux of our handicap there to come into play yet. So that's why I have not played that game. But I think if you do play it as square as it sounds, you got to look at the Bucks.
Yeah. I agree with you.
So the next game we do have a play on, Jay.
Oh, go ahead.
And that's the Thunder and the Suns.
OKC and Phoenix. Yeah, line +1, and totals 223.5. What do you think, spread?
We're going to grab the Thunder here. It's basically a matchup-based play here. I just like the Thunder and their guards being able to basically give Booker some problems. They have good wings to slow down Oubre. Obviously, the great center. So the Suns' size won't be as evident as it is in some other games, especially when they go to the bench because we have Nerlens Noel to counter Kaminsky and Baines. So I like the Thunder a lot here.
What do you think, T?
I'm willing to make that one official.
Rhode Island, baby.
I'm on the same thing he is. OKC money line.
OKC money line is -116, or you could take a -1, -110.
I mean, either way.
It's funny too.
I got the money.
What do you want to make? What do you want to make official, boys? Let me know now.
-1.
That's
the -1.
You must be having such a good time in this fucking game. God damn, you're so lucky to be there.
Max, I have no idea what you're saying right now. What are you talking
Rhode Island is smashing VCU. It's just like, yo, you can't make a pass. You can't defend in transition. You can't stop anyone from shooting a three-point shot when they don't even do a good job of that. And Jeff Doughton Jr. forces VCU to take a timeout. I love it. I love it.
Okay. The Lakers in Portland. Lakers -13.5. They were minus 1,200 on the. They were -750 on the money line last night, and now they're -1,200. The total's 231.5. Now it just literally went down to 231 at FanDuel. I mean, is there any way that the Lakers lose this game tonight?
Jay, forget that. Masvidal versus Usman, July announced.
Yeah, no.
Oh. Never mind.
Is there any way that that the total? I don't know about the total, but the spread's 13, right? Now, I think that you just take LeBron's points total over and call it a day because he probably drops fucking 50. So, I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think?
See, I was thinking that same thing at first.
Yeah,
but they're doing that tribute right before the game. And you figure that's going to get. I wouldn't be surprised if this game starts out like very slow, and then like the second half it starts to pick up. He doesn't score 24 and just stop right there. You know what I mean? You've seen a lot of other guys do that with the numbers. 24-point triple-double.
I mean, that's possible. I don't know. Doesn't LeBron just seem like the guy that's going to drop 50 tonight for Kobe?
I mean, yeah, but
what do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah,
good. I say I went at this game the complete opposite way. I think that everybody is aware, and I'm not saying it's a bad narrative. I'm just saying it's cooked into the line already. The narrative that this is going to be a big emotional game for the Lakers, and we are going to get their best performance. One thing to look at the Lakers, though, of all the regular season teams, they have been going for it. Frank Vogel on the hot seat, can't afford a losing streak. He's been playing these players a lot of minutes. I don't know if they have another gear to get higher on. And because we're getting added value compared to actually what the power rankings say, I went ahead and grabbed the Blazers plus the points. And I haven't looked at it from the points perspective, Jay, but because everybody thinks that he's going to go off, we're getting increasingly crazy value on no triple-double. Just because we know those can be harder to get. He can will himself to 50 points, right? So you're right. If he says I'm getting 50, he's getting 50, right? He's getting 50, doesn't matter. The assists and the rebounds might not necessarily get there. So I'm going to keep an eye, and if people keep hammering this triple-double prop, I might end up on the no side, but I want it to get closer. It's already down to minus 125 for no, which is completely insane for a triple-double, unless it's like Westbrook or Doncic when they were averaging triple-doubles.
Well,
but for a player who's not close to averaging it, it's interesting.
Let's start here. What is he average on the year? And what is his player prop normally? Because tonight, FanDuel's hanging 31.5. That seems like
28.5 earlier. So that means it went up.
Yeah, it got better. Well, everybody's on it. Who wants to bet under on LeBron points? And that was just my point on we got to keep an eye on this as the game gets closer. Because I think everybody's going to be logging on in these next couple hours well, they're already home from work out by you, Jay. But out here, they're getting home from work right now. They're sitting down, grabbing a beverage or whatever else they do, and they're probably logging on and betting this point's over. Because, even in the time that I did my prep earlier, and between now it's gone up a point. I've seen it go up a point. It was 30.5, and that's since like 3:30, so an hour. It's already gone up a point.
Well, right now DraftKings is hanging 29.5, and the over is minus 167. So I mean, that's like, what is he normally? 26.5, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
27.5. That's a big premium you're paying tonight.
Yeah, and I think it's warranted, right?
On a side note, the money line just went from minus 1,200 to minus 850 at FanDuel in 1 minute.
Someone's out.
Or do you think it's just a reaction that boy, it has moved. It's moved a half a point off the spread too.
I'll check now and see if someone just got it.
Just while I've had this up, it's moved a half a point. I'm wondering if money is just coming back on the Blazers. A lot of people thought the Clippers would be up for last night, and the Kings were able to go into Staples and get the win. And we've seen a bunch of upsets this week, so I could see some buyback money on the Blazers coming in now, especially on Ant. What's the implied possibility of like plus 800, right? It's like 12% to get a profit. You listening to us, Ant? Are you with us?
No, yeah. Hold on. Yeah, it's about 12%. Hold on. Let me.
So I could see a lot of the sharper bettors thinking that has value.
What about Anthony Davis's prop here?
The guys that just play number.
Just like AU Rockin' saying in the chat. His is set at 26.5. Who's to say LeBron just doesn't feed him the whole game?
Yeah, hold on. It's
I don't know.
13% actually. is break even. So
Okay, well,
I would
I
say you'd want to win like 15% minimum to make that worth the play.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell I don't know what
So I think the guys that
but
well, yeah, okay, but that's fine. You made my point exactly, and that's the guys that just play the numbers and don't look at the teams and don't look at the uniforms and don't look at situations.
you mean like me?
They're the buyback that they'd be hitting. Yeah, the buyback they'd be hitting would be right now.
I was fully ready to. Damian Lillard he's looked like a machine for weeks, right? I wanted to hit his 3-point prop over. It's been 3.5 for like the last 2 weeks.
You
They
get 4.5
stopped
now.
hanging. Yeah, they stopped hanging 3.5. Now he's got to hit 4.5 at plus 120. I mean, that's Steph Curry lines. Does he get over 4.5?
Steph used to get to 5.5. Steph used to get to 5.5 in his heyday, but yeah, I think your point's taken. And I think you got a good idea here, actually, looking at this one, and it's not talked about a lot, but actually Lillard and Kobe were closer than LeBron and Kobe were. So, he's definitely been trying to put on good performances, and we've seen it. So I think that Lillard is a good way to attack this as well.
But is that one too many threes? That's my question. Like, if I would have pounded it at 3.5, man, I would have bet a few hundred on it, definitely. But 4.5, is that too much?
Let me look up what he's got. I mean, I think he's been dropping like 7. What was the other night when we had it? He hit it in the first quarter?
Yeah, well, he hit it late in the second quarter. He had like 4 at the half. Drek says he's going to shoot 10. So if he's going to shoot 10, you're asking him to go 50% from 3? That's not attainable.
But hold on, let's listen to these. Last game, 6 of 12. Game before that, 8 of 12. Game before that, 8 of 15. Game before that, 11 of 20. Game before that, so 10 would be low. The last game that he didn't attempt 10 3-pointers was the 15th of January. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 games ago, and he was 1 of 8. So he probably realized he didn't have a great hand.
Are you looking at the right numbers? Did you say 11 of 20?
Against the Warriors, yeah, he dropped 61 points that night on 17 of 37 total. Dropped 61, and yeah. So
wow.
I think you go over there. That's actually, I like those better than any of the Lakers props.
Even at 4.5, huh?
Yeah, I mean, if he shoots 12, he's got to be at what? Just a little bit of 33%. So
Bet 365 is hanging 3.5, but it's minus 170.
Okay, I think that's fine. Normally, I hate laying juice, but I don't think that you're that bad there.
Yeah, I don't think you lose.
I think
that
you get in the first half.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think you get in the first half.
What do you think about Zion? We've seen Zion shoot a lot of threes. His 3-point total is a half at minus 125. Think he's good for 1? Yeah,
especially with the high pace, he should get more. He should get more opportunities. When we discussed the under, Tyler and I earlier, we did concede it's going to be a high pace game, and it's in no way a sure thing. But in looking for the under, we were saying, all we need is one team to have a lull for 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, and it probably goes under. But we do anticipate a very high pace. Don't necessarily think that number is that far off, and correlating that would say that the Zion should have 2 to 3 3-point opportunities. So I think you're looking good there.
All right. Well, I'm betting the Lillard over 3.5. I'm laying it. I think it's a winner. I really do. So,
I think so too. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find my best one right now, going through.
Yeah,
my little
I'm seeing
offshores that I
4.5 at plus 120. I'm seeing 3.5 at minus 170. So either way, I think you probably win, but I think you definitely win. I think he definitely gets 4, probably by halftime too. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Jay, I got another official play I want to make for the show. And I'll make something else official if Dave gives me a confirmation that's a good play, because I sent Dave my Premier League looks. But the Madrid derby tomorrow, Atletico versus Real, I got draw plus 270.
Atletico draw. All right, throw it in the chat. I'm not going to put it at the bottom, but throw it in the chat.
Yeah, it's
Atletico
tomorrow, so you
draw.
don't have to put it in the bottom for.
Yeah.
But it's a derby. These teams always play each other close, and they both draw a shitload here. Sean Fox says Real money line. I mean, that's not a very good number to be betting against Atletico on a money line. I mean, minus 120. Pass on that. Getting plus 270 on the draw. So I like it. That's just a really good number to grab.
All right, I got it written down.
All right. You don't got to think too hard. It's just the two Madrids. They're playing tomorrow. I like the draw plus 270.
Right, are you watching the Dallas game?
Yeah, I have it on, but honestly, I wasn't looking. I'm like going through all these, trying to see what book has the best prop for that Lillard. Right now, 5 Dimes has plus 115 on the 4.5.
The total's up to 238.5. How do you feel about that?
Opinions coming in on that play too in the chat. Everybody loves this game.
Well, it is.
I didn't realize I was
just for
gonna get-
national attention. If you spend any time, if you spend any time in the car today, I spent some time in the car driving around, just listening to the normal terrestrial ESPN radio and CBS Sports Radio.
I'm sorry.
It's definitely a big storyline, and they're definitely playing it up. So I think that this could be there's going to be a lot of eyes on this game tonight, and a lot of casual eyes that we might not have on the normal Friday night NBA slate.
All right, well, that's all the NBA games. I think we touched them all. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to dig into it deeper and if you see any props that you like, but those were all the games that we went over them. So far, I bet Lillard over 3.5 threes, and I'll probably tell you guys on one of these plays that you sent out. Quickly, we dropped a couple units last night. So we are 308 and 215, 58.7%. We're at like 136 now instead of almost 139. Still average line of 133. So we're still killing it, but we took it in the drink hole last night slightly.
You think that's taking it in the drink hole? You got to be fucking kidding me.
Well, when I
Taking it
don't
in the
lose.
drink hole is losing 10 units.
Yeah, I don't have those days.
Okay, well, I have them sometimes, and I'm not ashamed to say so.
What do you want to fight?
Problem with me? You got a fucking problem?
No,
Okay,
I don't have a
I'll fucking bet as much volume as I fucking plan on it. And anybody has a problem with that, you know what you can do? You can go drink sewer water for all I fucking care.
You seem really happy today, Max.
I was happy, and then fucking
until
it
what?
happened.
Until you started talking to me?
Now you're putting words in my mouth? What are you, a mind reader? Do I have to accuse you of being a gypsy mind reader again? And then answer the question what I mean by a gypsy mind reader?
Yeah, how do we know that gypsies are mind readers? I thought a gypsy was somebody that like moved around a
Listen,
lot.
bro, I watch TLC sometimes in the off season, and I'm just fucking interpreting what I see on TV. So that's all. Okay? Just not beat around the bush there.
Hey, Tyler, I got a fun betting question for you. So last night when we were on, we talked about grabbing the Pelicans, and we grabbed them at minus 5.5. Would you come back right now at the +8 and just sit there with the middle, or do you think that I should just let it ride at 5.5?
Yeah, I like the middle there. I think 8's too much for Memphis. I mean,
It is, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think John Morant and them guys can keep it close. I mean, Jaren Jackson is a big piece of that offense, but they can still keep it kind of close. I don't think they get blown out.
So the one that I'm worried about more is the combination of losing Jackson and Clark, because I think Clark provides a lot of athleticism and defense as well. And if you lose one, the other one can kind of just fill the role. But I think losing both is what drove this line to go 2.5 points since the opener, which on a game that obviously the Lakers game, right? A ton of public money. So not too surprised to see line moves in a game that doesn't seem to be as, people excited about unless you're really like an NBA junkie, because these are two young and up and coming teams. I think the line move is directly correlated to the injuries, and I think
the injuries and the suspensions.
Oh, the Jackson is a suspension, not an injury, right?
Yeah, Jackson's suspended. I think Brandon Clark was questionable earlier today. I'm not sure if he's playing or not.
Yeah, so he's hurt. Well, when I was doing my prep, and I'll have to double check if something changed, but when I did my prep, I saw that he was most likely going to be out. So I assumed when I saw the line move to 8 that that's the case. And is Crowder just got a fine, right? So he'll be playing?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see he was suspended.
And normally that's not that important, but just because they're already lacking depth, that's the only reason I ask about that. On a normal night, I don't think that Crowder moves the line even 0.1 points.
Yeah. They're saying Clark's out in the chat.
Yeah, he's okay.
We
cool.
figure he would have probably
that's why I
prepped
when I prepped the game, I thought that. Right, and he would have taken up kind of Jackson's role as the athletic defender and guy getting in there with the rebounds. So, did you think about Valanciunas overs? Did you take a look at those as far as at least rebounding?
I stayed away. I seen it at like 11.5.
Okay.
I think that's too much.
So they adjusted just like we expected.
And you figure just like you said,
maybe being a
if they start running fast, they're going to have to pull him and he'll be on the bench too much.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. They could run him off the floor. So,
Yep.
All right, we'll stay away from that one.
How many threes does LeBron average a night?
Let me look him up right now.
You can get him over 2.5 at plus 130.
One of 6 in his last game, 3 of 6 the night before, 2 of 5 the night before, 0 of 2 the night before, 2 of 7 the night before, 2 of the night before, 1 of 3 the night before. So he's only gone over once in the past 10 games, and I don't think going back more than a month really is helpful at all. So I think they priced it right, because most likely he's going to go under, and if this was just a normal Friday night and nothing had happened, I would say no. But because we know, how emotional he's going to be and how, he's going to be trying to put on a show, I think they put that number right, because I would think that he does go over, because I think that we're going to get more than like the 6 attempts we saw in the game against the Sixers.
Yeah, normally, he leads the league in assists, right? It's 11.5,
Right.
But you have no idea if he's going to go for 50 or if he's going to pass the ball. Who knows?
Yeah, and so on those, if you wanted to attack it, I would do like a points plus assist prop. Do you see what I'm saying? So that way you can kind of go either way, rather than try to attack those ones individually.
Yeah, that's 42.
Yeah, so that assumes he goes for 31 and 11. So it's the same numbers, but he can get 42 on the points on your own if he decides not to distribute. Actually, that's probably not that good a bet.
Yeah,
because he needs to get to the 31. Because even if he went for 19 assists like he did against the Magic,
you're better off
6 games ago.
You're better off just taking the points over if that's the look that you like.
Too. Yeah, I think so too. And I think he'll be more likely trying to score for Kobe than pass, right? I think passing for Kobe would be kind of a weird tribute.
Passing for Kobe would be a weird tribute.
All right, so what's going on in the world of college basketball tonight, Maxwell?
He just left, dude.
All right.
I've been messaging Dave back and forth. I did get confirmation from him on the play that I was looking at. So it's the Crystal Palace. Sheffield United game. I was looking at Crystal Palace draw no bet because I thought the line was a little bit short on Crystal Palace, but I also kind of like the draw. So it's kind of him and Hano whether I wanted to take Palace draw no bet or just bet the draw. Dave is actually on the draw in that game. That's one of his plays. So plus 218 on the draw on Crystal Palace versus Sheffield United tomorrow. My personal play is going to be Palace draw no bet at plus 110. I recommend both those plays if you guys, for anybody who wants to take it. There's a bigger payout on the draw at plus 218. I think Crystal Palace being at home, it does give them a little bit of an advantage. I like them to possibly win the game. And I don't lose any money if the game is a draw if I bet them draw no bet. So I'm taking them draw no bet. Dave's taking the draw. One thing is for sure, though, neither one of us really like Sheffield United to win this game. I don't think Sheffield United wins the game. They're going to have to score 2 goals to do that, and I doubt they're going to do that. This game is either 1-0 Crystal Palace or, a 1-1 draw.
Somebody in the chat says take Portland plus 800. Man, wouldn't that be a stinker that the Lakers put up? The Clippers couldn't get it done last night.
We figure Kawhi stayed in the locker room after they went in there after warm-ups. Figure you warm up with your best player, and all of a sudden he goes, "Yeah, okay, I'm not playing." Kind of
so I talked to the boss today, and Liveline, the guys in our chat, are producing for us. We're the #1 show on SBR when it comes to going to sbrvideo.com for our show. It's /Liveline. And you guys are going there, and it's really helping us. Right now, open a window. It takes a minute. Go to sbrvideo.com /Liveline. It'll bring you to the best sportsbook page at SBR. Everybody knows they made their bones vetting all the offshore sports books. Nobody does it better. So just go there, click on those different books for us, and they track everything, man, down to click ratio, everything. And you guys have been killing it for us. So please continue to do that. And that's it. And obviously subscribe to the channel if you're not already a member, and smash that like button because we need 100 likes on every show because that's how I fucking roll. And I don't accept failure. So
yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that we have 128 people watching right now and only 29 likes.
Come on, boys.
That's awfully disappointing. I mean, if you guys would like us to mute Jay's microphone, if that would get us up to 100 likes,
if I muted the microphone, everybody would fucking leave. Why do you think they're here?
For spread and Tyler's NBA plays.
All right, I'll be back. You guys run the ship.
No. Ant, what are you doing? We already went through the NBA, Ant.
Well, Ant, you got to do all the talking now.
I wasn't paying any attention to what you guys were doing all the show. I was capping soccer the entire time.
You got to run the show.
Yeah,
you got to run the show now, Ant.
All right.
Oh, man.
Did you guys bet the Thunder Suns game at all?
We took the Thunder money line.
Yeah, we're on the Thunder. You really aren't paying attention.
Yeah, he wasn't listening to shit we were saying.
Buddy.
No, the entire time we were on the show, I was going over my soccer numbers. I wasn't paying attention to anything you guys were saying. I was going over the soccer numbers.
Well, that's fair. At least you were doing work for the show and not.
Yeah, I was going over my soccer numbers and
watching J-Lo videos and acting like that was prop.
No, then I was listening for like pauses in the action to kind of let Jay know if I had a play or not. I don't know what to. All right, so Thunder money line. All right. What about? I already know you guys are on the Pelicans Grizzly game. I assume you guys were blabbing on for a while about the Lakers-Blazers. Lakers minus 13.
Yeah, we blabbed on for a while about that.
Okay. Did we take the Lakers minus the points?
No.
No, I took the Blazers plus the points. Some guy in the chat says this show already sucks without Jay. So we're not getting popular reviews here. We're not getting popular reviews, Ant. We're gonna need them back.
If you want to
stop running away, the captain of the ship. We're just floating along the ocean rudderlessly now.
I'm just fucking.
I've been watching Black Sails. I know how important a captain for a ship is.
No, if you watch the show Captain or the movie Captain Phillips, the captain was pretty good there, right? Tom Hanks was good in that movie.
I haven't seen that one.
You didn't see Captain
Phillips? I haven't
Phillips?
watching Black Sails. That's a good one. No.
All right. Well, let's see what we got in the chat. Joseph Gomez says Ant just tightened up harder than a 40-year-old version. Not really. That insinuates that I care. Yeah, for real. Anyone needs to go is Ant, Joe, Anisic. I mean, I can go, I suppose, but I like hanging out. Jake DeGeneres says I'm the captain. And Walla Dose wants to know if I finished the national anthem studying. Yeah, I couldn't find that big of an.
Glad to have you back.
Yeah, I was about to hang myself.
Oh, I don't know. I think the show did pretty good last Sunday when for a while. We did all right. We had a winning record last Sunday.
That's good.
Not last Sunday. What was it? The championship Sunday when you were busy dying?
2 Sundays ago. Yeah.
The Sunday before last. Yeah. Ant did cap the national anthem, and he leaned under.
Yeah, I leaned under, but it's not one of those. Ooh, I want to go bet this prop now. It's just
did you see they took it off the board today, Ant?
Oh, they did.
Bet Online took it off the board, and then Twitter legend Reg was giving him shtick about taking it off the board, but I guess they were saying it get hit too hard, so he just completely took it off the board because he thought inside information got out.
Oh, they took it off the board during the year that I hammered like 500 on it. They took it off the board because they figured out that all the inside information on Pink being sick got out and the under got hammered, and they wound up having to take it off the board.
Joseph Gomez just said something about Max that I didn't even know. He says, "Is Max back on his keto diet?" Max, are you on the keto diet, bro?
With that bacon only?
Max would never be on a keto diet because that would involve him not eating Danishes or donuts.
I'm actually eating melted chocolate. I went and melted chocolate in the microwave, and then I want
you fat
Hold on, you're eating melted chocolate?
What'd you do? Like shove a Hershey bar in the fucking microwave?
I took some little chocolates and I put them in a bowl and I fucking microwaved them, and then I put some fucking pretzels in it. Now I don't have any more pretzels, so I got to finish the chocolate with my fingers.
Oh, I did that with like strawberries. You dip the strawberries in the melted chocolate. That's actually pretty good.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's a libido booster, not a show snap.
He's the gift that keeps on giving. I just went to melt chocolate. Who the fuck says that?
I mean, it's a good snack. Jay.
Willy Wonka.
I had a thought. I want to do it, so I did it.
Jay, some people melt chocolate. Guys like you melt cheese. Some people melt chocolate, Jay. Guys like you melt cheese on your meatball sub or whatever.
You're goddamn right I do.
My Parmesan.
Right, I do.
Only Jay can make only Jay can make a meatball sub with Parmesan cheese on it sound like it's some kind of fucking 5-star delicacy.
Did Porzingis hit any threes yet? Primetime wants to know.
No, he's 0 for 1.
0 for 1 so far. All right.
High pace though, so I'm not really. I'm not really ready to call that one.
So guys,
on the wrong side yet.
Still got a while.
We mentioned
and it's high pace too.
So we mentioned it before with this Memphis Pelicans game on how high the total is. So obviously you're on the under. But looking at it live, at what point do you think you would want to do buyback and try and middle the game live? Like if, say, there's a decent, say the scoring slows down kind of midway through the second or third quarter and you can get a live
230.
230 is
Yep.
so about, basically you're going to look for like about 12 points to try and middle it then.
Yep.
All right. That's good to know. Have you guys saw anything you like in the games going on? Like right now we got the Raptors Pistons are at halftime.
Somebody asked Max about how he feels about Maryland. Max, how do you feel about Maryland?
Maryland.
They're improving. They're turning into the team that I thought they would. Jalen Smith is developing and using a three-point shot. I look forward to watching the progression and the continuation of the Big Ten season for them.
Hey, what do you guys think of the halftime lines here in the Raptors-Pistons game? Raptors are up 60-47. The second half spread is Pistons -1.5. The second half money line for the Pistons is -150, +120 on the Raps. And the total's 107.5 for the second half.
I don't really got nothing.
I think if you play it, I would play the Pistons.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing you can play.
So you don't think the
plus
Pistons
11.5 is too much. I mean, I'm not laying it. That's for sure. I'm not laying 11.5. So basically, that's what, a +1.5 second half
when you
line.
think about it, though, it's only a half a game, so you're not laying 11.5. You're getting 1.5 when you think of it like that, because they're already up 13 at halftime. So for 24 minutes, you're saying, are the Raptors going to not lose by 2 points?
Right, but when you factor that in, you have to assume if they are going to cover that spread, that they'll be ahead by that much with 3 to 4 minutes to go, and you're not going to have it decided by the reserves. So, I mean, you're going to have it decided by the reserves. So in that case, I usually would rather take the home team if I'm on it. Not saying that I'm going to jump on it. You know, I haven't bet it, but I'm just saying if you are going to play it, you have to take Detroit. I think that's the only look.
Joe took the over threes by Serge Ibaka at 1.5 tonight at +152. He's already got 2 at the half. Joe doing the damn thing.
Yeah, Joe got a good one there.
That's what I like to hear, Joe.
Good job, Joe. Yeah.
Raps will win by 20, Sharrigan says.
That's right. The Raptors are the fucking reigning, defending NBA champions of our world. And they're great. Love my Raptors. Love them when they're winning. I love them when they're winning. I'll disclaim that. When they're losing, I'm going to talk shit about them. It's just the kind of person I am.
Perfect Rotation said, somebody talk me out of putting $1,000 on the Lakers -13 tonight.
I will. If you don't bet $1,000 a game, don't bet $1,000.
Fair point by Maxwell Smart, a.k.a. Jerry Rubenstein, a.k.a. Minuscule Jew.
Big Jew, actually. And Jerry Rubenstein, motherfucker. What is that? That fucking Chris Christie fucking education fucking coming in on us?
Chris Christie, wow.
Is anybody going to bet Portland +800 with me? Oh my God,
no,
Beach Boss.
Not me.
But how did they lose this game tonight?
A game explosion. That's how they would lose.
Jay,
Yeah.
what, you don't see a way that they can lose? There's always a way a team can lose. Trust me.
Ordinarily, Portland, right? You got Damian Lillard probably playing the best basketball in the NBA right now. They're a solid team, and they're +800. Ordinarily, you might take a shot at that, right? But how do you do that tonight?
Yeah, if it's just a normal Friday night, I think we would. But not tonight.
I really want a burrito. I may have to leave the show to go get one. I may have to leave.
That's not very keto.
I don't know what this keto is. The only keto I know is from fucking the Men in the High Castle.
Oh yeah, he was tight.
So,
He was what?
I am only thinking about.
He was a good character, really good character. He had a nice, nice
okay.
little arc on it. You ever watch that one, Ant?
He doesn't watch Man in the High Castle.
Oh, okay.
Tyler gets me. See, that's why I like Tyler.
You know what?
Yeah.
If you want to start talking
Explain the
about
joke to me later,
I
Tyler.
can do that game also, okay? Okay?
Fred, just think about what you
I
said.
like Hillary Clinton and her murderous fucking ways. And her fucking bush that extends more than the fucking Amazon rainforest.
Beach Boss said Los Angeles doesn't seem to have a lot of luck this month. Oh, too soon. Too soon. David Stewart said, I love the over, I think he said, in the
Too soon.
in the Lakers game.
Well, since Max brought her up, I mean, is it too soon to start asking about what Kobe knew about Hillary?
It is possible that
my
she
God.
was involved. She does get all that money from conglomerates, so she could afford to tamper with this vehicle or arrange for the fog to be at its thickest when he took off.
Viral video has the best line so far tonight in the chat. Have you ever seen Hillary Clinton eating a banana? No.
That's funny. That's
Tell
funny.
us about it. I want to
I
know
like
more.
Yeah.
How does she eat it? Does she pretend that it's not Bill's cock?
I have never seen that.
She eats a banana by pretending it's a peach.
I don't know what that means.
All right. I do, but wow. Okay, man.
Oh man, yes. Love to take it off the rails.
Doug likes under 230 in the Laker game. Rare NBA bet. So we have opposite prognostications on the total in this Laker game.
Manhattan's getting destroyed.
All right, Max, talk to me for 10 minutes about this college basketball card. Let's spit it out. Right now we got a ton of games, but I'm going to focus on the games that have not started yet.
That's one
And ask,
game.
oh, wow, it's a really small card on Friday, huh?
Yeah, Jay, you should probably look at that stuff before so you're not surprised.
It's fucking basketball, bro. Why do I care? Why do you think I bring you on this show?
Because I'm fucking hilarious? That's why?
No, because you look at college basketball. That's the only reason why you're here.
No, it isn't.
So Western,
All
Northern
right, I'm
Kentucky,
done
Wisconsin,
doing
Green Bay.
sports for the night. I'm only here for my fucking humor. So, yeah.
You haven't
how
done
that
any
works out.
sports. You haven't done any sports.
Yeah, because I don't fucking want to just throw out fucking plays for the hell of it. If I didn't bet it, then I'm not going to fucking throw it out. If I
Did you bet
see
the
something I
Northern
like,
Kentucky game?
then I throw it out. If not, then I'm just watching games, watching my pregame spots.
Did you bet the Northern Kentucky game?
Of course I fucking bet the Northern Kentucky game.
What'd you bet?
I bet Northern Kentucky.
What are we on?
I was looking at Green Bay. I adjusted 3 inputs in my model, and then I freaking came up with the fact that I was going the wrong way. So I'm on Northern Kentucky.
What lines you? What numbers you get it at?
Mine's 2.5.
All right, so it's -2 now. All right, so the games that have started, Wright State, Wisconsin, Milwaukee just started 8-5 early. What side are you on?
Yeah, I'm on the team total over for Milwaukee, so that's not looking good right now.
Bowling Green, Buffalo, about 5 minutes into the
Yeah,
second
I'm on
half.
the under in that game. And
What'd you get it at?
161.5, so it's flirting with disaster.
Yeah, it's basically right there.
That's
though.
a really good song.
Flirting with Disaster.
Oh yeah, by Molly Hatchet. That's a fucking classic, man.
True.
Niagara, Marist. Wow, they're up 20. with
Yeah, I'm
13
on the
minutes
fucking
left.
over 134 in that game. That shit ain't hitting unless something magical happens.
Siena, Iona.
I'm on the Siena team total under, which I tailed of our friend Peter Loshak, which looks like it's going to lose. And then I'm on Siena +1 because when I found out that Asante Gist was not going to be playing for Iona, there's your starting point guard, there's your floor general. Well, I'll take fucking Jalen Pickett, who's the best point guard in the Metro Atlantic. Laura Fisher Jackson with the charge. That's right, sucker.
That looks like a great bet.
Yeah.
Columbia, Yale.
I'm on Columbia Yale over 132. So, hard.
That's dead.
No, it isn't. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, it's 144.5. It's dead for anybody that wants to bet it right now.
Oh.
I guess unless you were going to take an under.
Yeah, no. All right, you can turn for Paradise or whatever the fuck the phone goes off. Zarius Williams just hit a 3. Go Akron. Fuck Kent State up.
Virginia, Commonwealth, Rhode Island, just getting smashed right now.
Yeah, I'm on Rhode Island, so just watching and enjoying, and happy for Nasty Nate, who's at this game watching his Rams ram through VCU. And the Rhode Island Rams, I'm going to continue to say this. This is a team that I believe can fucking get quite far in the tournament. Very balanced team. Great depth with Mekhi Long and Obi Toppin's brother, Jacob Toppin. Yeah, this team's going to continue to grow throughout the A-10 season.
Cornell, Brown.
Yeah, I'm on Brown first half and full game. Pretty much, I just thought Brown doesn't have to play Yale, so they're definitely going to be able to step it up and step into Columbia. So, into Cornell. The fact is, when you look at this Cornell team with Jimmy Boeheim, nice player, nice size, but if you have athletic 4s and athletic 5s, you can really stop him from doing anything that he wants, and that's what's happened tonight so far, at least in the second half.
Kent State 2-point game, 61-59 against Akron. Where's your look here?
Yeah, I'm on Akron, and I'm on an under and a couple overs, a couple unders. I've hit multiple sides of this total throughout the game, ranging up from 140 to 149.5.
What line did you get the side on?
+2.5 for Akron.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to attempt to bring Anthony back on the show because I don't know what was going on there.
It was the intro to Molly Hatchet's Flirting with Disaster.
Why can't we see you?
I turned my camera off for a reason, and now I can't remember because whatever I turned my camera off for, now I'm done. But I'm trying to order. Hold on. There we go.
All right.
Tyler, I turned on the Flirting with Disaster. That was the intro. But then you turned it off. You kicked me off right after the intro.
Joe says he jerks off to that song.
No, but it's a good song. I mean, of all like the Southern country rock songs for the 1970s you can think of, that's probably the better one.
Tyler, whenever I see you, I'll put you back on. I don't see you right now.
Man, I am thinking about that burrito hardcore right now.
Do I want a calzone or do I want to order a pizza? What do I want, Jay?
I'm going to get it. I'm not going to fucking order it.
We just turned into the Food Network in a matter of 30 seconds.
It's 7:20 on a fucking Friday night,
I
man.
would talk about food.
The burrito from the burrito place.
Damn straight. My girl's working there at nights now, she says, on Friday. So you run into her in the grocery store. She asks, "What the hell you been?" I'm like, I'm doing this fucking show. You fucking go and buy some burritos and pay my respects.
They don't deliver, huh?
Oh, they do deliver, but I ain't getting no soggy burrito. Fuck that. I want to fucking see it made. I want to fucking make sure that it's nice and fat and full of steak. It's like you can't be giving me some welfare burrito. You got to give me a fucking thick one. I want a tubby one. I want to be fucking like, holy shit, I got to go into a food coma after eating that burrito type.
Welfare Burrito would be the great name for a cover band.
Okay, whatever you say.
Welfare.
You know more
Welfare
about guitars and rock and roll than I do. I was just forced to listen to it in Daniel Chalmers' car while we drove around and smoked bong hits.
Well, we're not all Dua Lipa aficionados. You know
Listen,
what I mean?
Dua Lipa, have you looked at the head on that bitch? Obviously, I fucking love her.
Oh, no, Max.
What are you talking about, Jay? What are you fucking going to church or something? Settle the fuck down. This is not fucking G content. This is not PG-13 content.
Porzingis has a 3.
Oh, Lauren Christian Jackson, you're a beast. Get that ball, sucker.
2 more, I think, right?
Oh man, this total's gonna hit with like fucking 7 minutes left.
I went with the suggestions from the chat. A couple folks told me to grab the pizza, so I did.
I always eat pizzas, so what? Should I do that also, chat? Or should I just fucking eat fucking dead crow off the side of the street?
Don Carleone wants to know any live play for the Princeton game.
No, not at 18 points. Everything that I bet is in good position, so there's no point in trying to get greedy for me. I had this game lined at 122.5, so I'd have to watch it for a couple more minutes and then give you like an update around 5 minutes and see what's going on in that game.
Whoa.
Because I am currently watching this Columbia game just for a couple more minutes to see that bucket fucking happen.
Fantastic news, guys. We're 6 minutes into this Grizzlies game, and the total's already gone down 7 points.
We're pretty close to
fucking hell,
the buyback point, huh?
Yeah, it's close to the buyback point, but if it drops this much this early, you could probably work an even bigger middle if we waited till like say the second quarter or maybe even the third quarter, depending on how much the game slows down. Not sure yet, but
Quinnipiac up by 14.
Definitely a good start.
And did you look at the golf tournament this week at all? The Waste Management Phoenix Open?
I don't look at golf until the Masters.
St. Peter's.
Yeah, I didn't really look either.
I usually, to be perfectly honest, Jay, like from the Super Bowl until baseball starts is usually kind of like my break period. I'm getting everything together for the baseball season. And I basically only – oh, wow, that's lovely, Max. And then I pretty much just handicap soccer from now until soccer – from basically from the Super Bowl until baseball season. I'm only really looking at soccer, and I'm getting everything together to prep for baseball. And once baseball season starts, then I'll focus on golf once the Masters starts. What's that say, Max? Is that some dude with a pipe or something?
It's Ricky from Trailer Park Boys.
Oh, I've never watched that show. Is it
and
good?
It says some of his great sayings. Like he says, "Get 2 birds stoned at once," and he says, "Peach and cake." And he's like, "It doesn't take rocket appliances."
What is he retarded?
He is retarded on the show. It's so funny. How did you guys ever watch Trailer Park Boys? What do you guys?
No, I meant clinically.
Canada? I know Anton.
No, I've never watched it. Yeah,
Oh my god, bro! They're like 20-minute episodes. Watch fucking a couple. I'm guarantee you'll piss your pants. If you don't piss your pants, then you have no sense of humor.
Huh.
Like the dude says, when what comes around is all around instead of what goes around. It's fucking hilarious. He's like supply and command instead of demand. And my favorite Ricky line is "Sweet and Power Chicken Things."
Thank
God.
you.
Someone
Thank
in
you
the
very
chat
much.
fucking back me up on Trailer Park Boys. So these
Yeah,
fucking
somebody, a couple of people have actually. Thank you very much, Brooklyn Funk Project. I appreciate that. Please ask Max if Akron covers the
Astrid, you stupid
Yeah.
fuck.
Why am I
Christian Jackson
stupid?
is sacrificing the body in bad positions. He's getting called for fouls. They're falling further and further behind this game. And they keep on putting fucking Kent State on the free throw line, which is just not working out for them because they keep on hitting all their fucking free throws. Yeah. I don't really have.
I have MMA on my mind always.
I don't have a feel on it. I'm pretty scared right now.
Hey, spread a stare. Would you mind giving me an opinion right now on this Houston-Dallas game, since it's the only game that I'm watching? But
what do you want to know?
Well, it's just any kind of opinion. Is there like a live play on to make on it at the moment, or are you looking at anything to try and live play? Are you looking at a buy-on number? What's up?
Well, so
I know
didn't
you guys
play
have some
pregame
props, but
yeah, and I didn't play it pregame, and honestly, it's sitting right around the closing line. It opened at plus 9.5. Money came in on the Mavericks, and it closed at 8. Now it's back at plus 8.5. So game's going pretty much how the books predicted it. I think it's going to be pretty close. It's 58-52 right now. We might have had an opportunity with Dallas earlier, but what I notice is the books will not over adjust in the first half. So even, when they're down 16, they won't bring it above like 10 or 11. So I don't really think that we missed an opportunity. I'm definitely keeping my eye on it. It's one of the games I have on my TV, but it's pretty much right where the closing line was right now. And I think the closing line was pretty accurate.
So why does the Mavs jerseys look like 1994 vomited all over them?
Because that's the city. And that was the year I graduated high school. That was a good year.
1994.
I was going to make a comment about how vomit smells really good, but then I knew that wouldn't be believed by anybody.
That's a fetish for some people.
That is disgusting. I didn't even know that. That is just putrid.
So you never paid one of your ladies in the night to vomit on you?
Absolutely not. All I want is fluid extraction, nothing else. Maybe a little knife to my throat being like, get your dick hard and fuck me or I'm going to kill you type thing. But that's about it.
Oh, that's it. I mean, the only thing that might be considered weird that I'm into, the only thing, I mean, it's not even a big deal, guys, but if they put a knife to my throat and threatened to murder me, that's the only thing that's kind of weird, wink, wink, that gets me hard. Totally normal, guys. We all love the knife to the
I expected Jay to
game.
be more shocked than you. Damn it.
I mean, because
Jay,
the knife to the throat game is standard.
I'm just sitting here thinking how scarred you must be, like as a younger kid. Like, I mean,
come on, Jay. You and I both. Jay,
put a knife to my throat.
Jay, you and I both know. I mean, if they don't put a knife to your throat, is it even worth coming?
Oh. And speaking my language now you finally understand me. Okay? Yes. Reverse gender roles.
Oh, man.
So you get pegged?
Hell no.
Reverse the role.
You're going a little too far for me, for my personal comfortability. But
getting pegged, not comfortable, but I mean, knife to the throat. That's what does it.
It's a flavor not for everyone, and I'm one of those not everyone's.
Not for it's called attempted murder in some places, man.
No, it isn't. Come on. Come on, bro. There's a fucking movement of like 20 million people that are into it.
What are you in a fan club?
Yeah, bro. I'm in a fucking Facebook group.
Coco Bongo said I'm in denial. I'm not sure what that means. I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, Jay, it's a big movement, bro. It's a big movement. It's way that
Perfect
men
rotation says Ant wants to
what their
peg
genders had to
Maxwell.
endure
I'm
throughout
out.
these years.
No, I prefer not to. I prefer not to.
I missed that. I was typing in the chat at that point. I actually missed that.
Wait, what happened?
Read it again, Ant. Read it again.
Guys, the perfect rotation says Ant wants to peg Maxwell. I'm out, and I'm just like, nah, not really. I was actually asking if he enjoyed it when the prostitutes do that. But,
Yeah, right. And let's get back on the fucking rails.
All right.
Well,
Jay, you're just
are we-
lucky you were here for that. You got to see and witness the glory that is getting off the rails.
I don't know what I would have done without that experience.
I know, bro. Your life would have been fucking lacking. It would have been lacking.
I think you're right.
You should literally pay me $120 for fucking giving you that experience.
Jay, you probably need to like take some notes down from Max on this stuff. So you're like, hold on, wait a minute. I can get them to do what? All right.
Yes, Jay, yes. Go get them to do that stuff, bro. Get them to do that stuff. I support you.
Thanks, Nick. All right. There's got to be a live play on the board here, boys.
I'm
kind of keeping my eye on this Chicago game. If it gets really high, I might jump in on it. Oh, they already came back. It's down to 11.5.
That total's looking smooth. Down to 235.
On the Pelicans game, yeah.
So far.
Yeah.
Man, I want a burrito. I want a burrito.
What's your best prop bets for the Super Bowl? Martin Riggs asks. We did a whole show last night on props, buddy. I would say my favorite prop right now, if you don't want to lay the wood, is longest penalty over 15.5 yards, minus like 145. Probably my favorite. I also last night Donnie and I were talking. I really like San Francisco 49ers first quarter team total over 3.5 points. They averaged 6.7 points in the first quarter this season, which was the third best in the NFL. I don't think there's anybody better than Kyle Shanahan scripting the first 15 plays out of the gate since he's been a head coach in the league. And I think that 3.5 points is cheap for a first quarter team total. So I like San Fran to get over that in the first quarter. I also like the Kansas City Chiefs will punt before they score. They've come out of the gate really slow the last 3 games, including both playoff games. And this is the best defense that they've seen all year long. So I do think that even if it's the very first possession before they get rolling, I do think that they punt before they score. And that's like minus 110. Bad bet Andy Reid on a bye. Yeah, that Kansas City defense is that Kansas City defense is not as good as that San Francisco offense. And Andy Reid being great on the bye is geared way more offensively than it is defensively because he's an offensive coach. I don't know. What do you guys like? I have a list. I probably bet like
Diego
10
points
props.
out Diego is pointing out a prop that I like that I mentioned yesterday. He's got Jimmy G at 19.5 completions under. I actually was able to grab Jimmy G under 18.5 at plus 125.
I laid the wood. I laid the wood, and so did Anthony, on Patrick Mahomes more passing yards than Jimmy G. We did that. We bet that today. But that you got to lay a lot of juice for that.
You don't pay the juice if you win.
True.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where it's like, even though it's -3, what did you give? What did you bet it for me at? 330 is what you told me, right?
335. Yeah.
Yeah, 330. Even though it's like -335, get the fuck out of here. That's a winner. I mean, that should be -500. I mean, they're basically saying, well, here's the deal. Patrick Mahomes gets hurt. That's basically how that prop loses. It's the only way that prop loses is Mahomes gets hurt.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I mean,
what do you like, spread? What are a couple of your favorites? What else you got, Ant? Anything else that you like a lot?
yeah, it was I bet the Jimmy G under 18.5 for plus 125. I bet that with you. And I took Kelsey no touchdown at -125.
Kelsey no touchdown -125. What else? Anything else?
Most of the others I like a lot of unders on these player props, and I'm waiting to bet them on the game day because I think I'm going to get better numbers for unders during game day because all the public. I mean, the sports books, because you don't know this, Jay, because you never leave your house. But the sports books, including the one that's only 10 minutes from your house, are going to be fucking packed to the tits tomorrow and Sunday morning with fucking people. And every single one of those people is going to be betting a player prop over of some sort. They're going to be betting the over. They're going to be betting some kind of variation of the fucking over in this game. And I'm going to be able to grab some numbers on the live line tomorrow when we do this, or not tomorrow, but on Sunday when we do the show. I'm going to be able to grab some better numbers on the unders.
Hey, Ant, what would you say if I told you I was just going to put $20 on every receiver under for yards and receptions? How much do you think that I'd end up or down at the end of the Super Bowl?
Obviously, it just depends on the juice because the juice is different on every one of those props. But I mean,
right.
How many receivers is there that you have available? Like 10, something like that, right? Yeah. I mean, you'll probably go like 6-4 to the under, 7-3 to the under.
That's what I was thinking too. And then I just don't really think about it. And I just assume that, like you said, if you add up all the receptions on the reception props, like, each quarterback would have to throw for like 40 completions to hit them, right? Maybe a little less on the 49ers side, but
yeah.
I mean, it's just like the season win totals. It adds up to more wins than there are games.
Exactly. I mean, it's just crazy when you look at those receiving props. But the problem is like what does keep me off a lot of unders on those receiving props is that the unders are often very heavily juiced. Like when we do the live line, right, and we're talking about pregame, and we do all of our player props pregame on the Sunday Night Football.
Give me a live play. Sorry, Ant.
What do you got?
Under
What do you got?
2.5 -105 Rhode Island VCU. I know both.
Under.
I know both of them are in the bonus right now, but I think that when you're asking for 5 points a minute,
All right. So it's VCU under 152.5 at what price?
-105.
Boom.
So Von Paulo says, why are we not looking at any defensive players to win the MVP? We had some pretty good defense. We had some pretty good MVP discussions last night. Jay and I both agree. If you like Kansas City, instead of betting the Kansas City money line at like what -120, just take Patrick Mahomes to win the MVP at plus 110. It's correlated with the Kansas City money line because there's literally like a 5% chance that Mahomes does not win the MVP if Kansas City wins the MVP. I mean, it's just kind of a gimme. It's going to be Mahomes if KC wins. So on the other end of the side, that's when we're kind of like actually breaking down the MVP props. And, Bosa got some looks, but who was the guy 50-1 that Tyler found? That
Eric, I know, with 100-1, Armstead.
Armstead, yeah. I think though that might be worth Eric Armstead. That might be worth a couple of bucks. But to be perfectly honest, my general opinion on betting players to win the MVP in the Super Bowl is betting a defensive player to win the MVP in the Super Bowl is you're basically pissing your money away.
It's a flyer, you're taking a quarter unit or a half unit shot, realizing it's probably going to lose. George Kittle was like 18-1. Raheem Mostert was like plus 850. I think those are two options.
I like Mostert at plus 850. I even at 18-1, I know you guys like George Kittle. I don't like George Kittle to win the MVP because I don't think he gets the touchdowns to get that trophy.
What about Debo?
He would get a touchdown. Debo would probably. What's his number at?
I'll check, but I bet you it's better than 18-1. It probably higher odds. Hold on.
Can you imagine the memes if a guy named Debo won MVP?
24-1.
Yeah, 24-1 is definitely better because Debo's going to get more touchdowns than Kittle. But I just have a hard fucking time thinking about taking a receiver from San Francisco. I mean, if you envision if there's a chance that a receiver from San Francisco wins MVP, don't you think it should just go to? It would just wind up going to
probably Raheem Mostert, right? But I mean, I don't know. Like Tevin Coleman was so clutch, but he's hurt, right? We don't know how if he's going to be fully healthy. It scared me all year to bet running back props on San Fran because they had three guys that, depending on who was hot that day, would carry the load.
Yeah, I just don't envision, like when I'm like playing this game out in my head, I just don't envision that many scenarios where you're going to get a receiver from San Francisco winning the MVP.
I think San Francisco is going to score a lot more points than people think on Sunday.
Well, I would say it's either Jimmy or Mostert, or you take that. I mean, even though I think the flyer loses, but I would rather take a flyer at 100-1 on some random San Francisco defensive player than bet 18-1 on a San Francisco receiver.
Yeah, Jimmy is plus 250.
Yeah, that the San Francisco one's so much harder to break down. It's just so much easier to do the Kansas City one because it's just, Mahomes, move on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What else were we talking about?
But let's just be honest.
I like Donnie's props. Donnie's Damian Williams prop. He liked the longest reception over 12.5 yards. I don't think that's bad. I think because of I agree, Donnie nailed it. That San Francisco zone is going to leave underneath open. I think over 3.5 receptions for Damian Williams is live. Over 29.5 receiving yards for Damian Williams is live. I like those.
Yeah, I like the Williams props when we were going over the props yesterday. I think attacking the Williams overs on his receiving props is kind of the way to go with Kansas City. I mean, I know you love pounding Kelsey over props on his longest reception, but I honestly like Kelsey's under longest reception 20.5. I like Kelsey no touchdown at minus 125.
Well, I looked at the numbers, and you're paying a premium right now in this game compared to where those player props were all season long. Because I won a lot of games back in Kelsey, so I knew exactly what those lines
like
were every
17 and
week.
a half, wasn't it? You were getting 17 and a half.
His reception prop was 5.5 most weeks. It's like 6.5, some places 7. They're making you pay for it.
No, that's why the unders. That's why I was talking, and unders is the way to look on a lot of these player props. Outside of like Damian Williams is the only one where I'm like, I want to hit some overs with his reception props. All these other props, I'm like, I want to wait until Sunday and get an even better number. Because you and I know, like you and I and the people in our chat who've been following the show all year, like we know where these players are supposed to be on these props because we've been going over player props all year long. But the public, most people, most average bettor hasn't looked at a player prop ever until they're going to waltz in their casino. They're going to go, oh, I can bet Tyreek Hill receptions. I didn't know that, and they're going to bet that.
I can from us doing this show every week, I can literally quote like Lamar Jackson's rushing yards were around 67.5 every week. Kelsey was about 70.5 to 71.5 every week. Like always 5.5 receptions at -125. I know what these lines were all year for these teams. So it's amazing the contrast and how inflated they are for this game. So you have to definitely be careful. Spread. Give me your 3 favorite looks prop wise for the people.
I'll just give you 2, Jay, and then I got a question for you that I think is fun to discuss. So the one that I did is basically a derivative of yours, but I'm not laying the wood. I did -64.5 yards for Mahomes over Garoppolo. I think that gets there easily. I would even recommend it all the way up to 70 yards. I just think that they're going to try and run the ball, and Kansas City's going to try and throw the ball, and they go deeper down the field, and I just like that Mahomes prop. The second one I played was Daniel Sorensen, the strong safety for the Kansas City Chiefs, over 5.5 tackles plus assists. My idea there is San Francisco is going to try and run the ball. Usually when it's all set up for blocking right, a lot of times the safety has the assignment with the running back, and he's the one that ends up getting the tackle if everybody does their job on the offense and defense. So I look for Sorensen to go over 5.5 tackles. And my question for you guys is talking about the go ahead.
Hold on. But just keeping it with the defense. Yeah. What do you think about Chris Jones over a half sack from Kansas City? He led the team in sacks, and he's finally healthy. I think he could definitely get a sack in this game. Jimmy G is a fucking statue compared to Mahomes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I like it because the 49ers have stronger offensive line on their tackles, and it's still a very good offensive line. But I would say if you were actually looking to do the Madden ratings, their center actually might be the lowest rated one of those guys. So now you have the D tackle going against the center, which might be the best matchup. Definitely could see it happening, especially with 2 of their extra good blockers in Juszczyk and Kittle, most likely getting outside assignments.
So what were you thinking about?
So my question for you is, so we talked about the Damian Williams prop, right? And we talked about how San Francisco likes to sit in the zone. If you're San Francisco, like if we know that, right, then obviously the coaches know that. If you're San Francisco, are you going to try and mix in some more man coverage and give them looks that you might not have on tape before? Or are you just going to say, this is our game, you have to beat us at our game? Which way do you think that Robert Saleh is going to go doing this game plan?
I think it's a tough question because it's really if one team is going to make an adjustment, which team is it going to be? Patrick Mahomes was the best quarterback against zone coverage all year, right? On the flip side, right. San Francisco was the best defense. They played the best zone defense in the league. So, I mean, I'm sure that Saleh, if we know that, right? Robert Saleh obviously knows that. So, yeah, they could, but, like Kansas City will torch you in man coverage. They don't have a player fast enough that can cover Tyreek Hill, right? And no matter who that they put on that tight end, that's a linebacker or even a nickelback or dime coverage, no matter who's on that on George Kittle, he's gonna get away from them. He's just bigger, more physical. Even if he can't get separation, all Jimmy G has to do is throw it up in the air.
Right.
So
right.
and then and then everybody forgets about McCole Hardman. His total is 1.5 receptions. That kid's good, man. And then you got Sammy Watkins, who's one of the fastest player in the league, but in addition to Tyreek Hill. So I think you can't. It's hard to play man coverage against Kansas City. I think San Francisco is going to play the defense that got them to the dance. You know what I mean? I think all they're going to do is play that fucking cover 3 and call it a day. That's what I think. Because why would they switch it up now? You know, I think teams fuck themselves by overthinking it. Whatever got you there,
because we've seen that before, right? Yeah, we've seen that before where teams try to be tricky and it doesn't always work.
100%. We'll be on at 4:30 on Sunday, so we'll be on for 2 hours, going through a bunch of props. Flash and Jimmy's going to be with us. Donnie will be with us. So there'll be 2 hours of us going over the game, going over the props. So that'll be fun. Tomorrow night we're on at 7, later than a normal Saturday. There's no UFC, so we're not on earlier for the prelims. It'll just be a regular Saturday night taking care of the NBA and the college card. And then Sunday, obviously, 4:30. What else? Do you guys anything on the board right now? Houston's up 10 right now on Dallas early in the second half.
Yeah.
Tyler was right.
And the number reflects that.
Nets are fucking the Bulls up right now.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised about that. You see Kyrie Irving hasn't missed a shot yet, so they're kind of a streaky team as they, when he plays, they go as he goes, and when he's hot like this, they could beat most teams, and especially a subpar Chicago Bulls team. I was looking into jumping in on the Bulls and grabbing the points because, like, right now you can get 16.5. But honestly, watching the game, I don't really feel that comfortable about it. They look tired. The Nets look into it. And so I'm going to, even though I kind of circled that and I was saying if it got to 16.5, I was going to take it. I've got my eyes on the game and I've changed my mind just from what I'm seeing. Not saying that it won't cover 16.5. I just don't think it's a good bet like I did when I originally had my eyes on this game.
Chris Brady said Kansas City could exploit the cover 3 easily. You know what, Chris? Maybe they can, but I'm pretty sure that initially Saleh is going to only send 4 and drop 7 back and see exactly what Mahomes does against it. And then from there, he'll probably make his adjustments, right? But I'm sure that he'll be dropping 7 from the door because that's what I would do. And then see, the thing about Patrick Mahomes is he's a generational talent. He's special. Even if everybody's covered, he'll roll out to the right and throw a 40-yard dime that like we were talking about last night, that would fit in a cereal box. So it's such an intriguing game. And I cannot wait to watch this game. And it's the only Super Bowl probably in the last decade that on Friday, 2 days before the game, I have not bet a side in this game.
Hey, Jay, speaking of the side, which way do you think the money will go from tonight until kickoff? Do you think we're going to see – because now's when the public money rolls in, right?
I thought the line would be a pick. And it's basically. So
you think money will come in on San Francisco?
I thought so, yeah, because I thought that I thought more people thought San Fran should be the favorite than Kansas City. We didn't, but I think more people thought that. So, but I mean, the line's been rock solid at 1.5.
Yeah, it hasn't moved that much.
Yeah.
Jay.
Yeah.
I don't get how you side with San Francisco when you said even your power ratings had Kansas City minus 1.5.
Yeah.
Isn't this a game you kind of throw numbers out?
They didn't. They did. But you know what? There were 2 times this year where I went against them, and I was right. The power rating said to take the Patriots when they lost to the Titans, and I just couldn't do it. I didn't feel it. So I don't know. But yes, the line, I set it on wild card weekend. If I set the line, it's 1.5. And that's exactly where it is. But we are seeing movement on the total. That total was as high as 55. It opens 51.5, right? Shoots up to 55 for an hour, levels off at 54.5. Right now, FanDuel is hanging 53.5. So the buyback has started on that over.
Ooh,
So that line is starting to go down.
My food's almost here. That's exciting.
That's interesting. I thought that total would just continue to climb.
Yeah. All right. Oh, boy. I can't wait. Here's my pizza. Oh, boy.
Big Colts fan says that total's going to land on 52. I thought 54 was the right number. I didn't really think there was an edge at 54.
Play's gonna lose. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Fucking motherfuckers.
It's okay, Tyler. You weren't here. What are your favorite 2 Super Bowl props going into Sunday?
The quarterback that have the highest completion percentage, Jimmy G, at even money.
That's an interesting look. I get the logic. I like it. I think it's sound.
And I really like that Raheem Mostert over 18.5 rushing yards in the first quarter.
That's a lot.
It's a lot, but just like you said, them first 15 plays that they have scripted, they usually slice through defenses. What's to say that hole doesn't open up on that first attempt and he goes for 20 yards?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, you could be right. But doesn't that, like, initially, right? Doesn't that seem like a lot?
Yeah, but I mean, if Coleman's still not 100%, you figure they're not gonna try and shove him right in there. You don't like
San Francisco first quarter team total over 3.5 more than that?
That's a nice one. I like that one.
Right? They average a touchdown basically in the first quarter.
Or I like that the first 49ers reception taking Kittle and Samuel at plus 250 and plus 350.
What do you think the first 49er offensive play is a rush? You like that?
Yeah,
I like that all week. Right? But now I'm getting inside my head and I'm like, does Shanahan come out of the gate and use Jimmy G even though he threw 14 passes in a game and a half?
Yeah, because you think they're going to predict the run. So if they do like a weird play-action play, might catch them off guard right off the bat.
All right, Harry wants to know any in-play NBA bets. You guys talk. I'm going to hit the head. I'll be right back.
Is there anything you're looking at, spread?
I don't like anything. So everything's double digits, right? So you just be looking for who do you think is going to make the comeback?
Yeah.
I don't feel like laying double digits in game. So I got Detroit Pistons at plus 15.5. They're down by 18. Had that game on. Honestly, got bored of it. I don't see an edge there. I would love to hear your guys' input. Did you have any input on that one?
No, I didn't. I figured the Raptors would win. I wouldn't be touching
it. Yeah, I mean, -5. Remember we talked about -5 pregame last night, and I didn't want to touch it.
Yeah.
If you're on -5 pregame, you're at a great look. Would not touch that game. The one that I thought that I'd be taking is the Bulls. They're down by 13. They're getting plus 13.5 right now. I almost pulled the trigger at 16.5, but did not like the way they looked. And this is why this is always tough, trying to find the proper entry point into these live markets. because now they're playing a little better. But the line's moved to 13.5. So, I mean, I wouldn't give it out. I think these are all really tough when you get to these double-digit ones on teams that you don't expect to come back. Would you have any interest in taking the Bulls at plus 13.5 right now, Tyler?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they came back. I mean, how many times do we see the Bulls down 20 and then you check the score with like 2 minutes to go in the fourth and they're only on 3 at that point? They always shoot.
Are they at home when they do that, though? How often do they do that on the road?
That I'm not sure of. Like the exact
That's
numbers.
why I don't want to touch this game. Yeah, so, I mean, honestly, on all these games that are on the board right now, just for everyone listening, if you guys want to get in, I would advise taking the points in every game except for the Memphis game. And on the Memphis game, the live total's over 250, Tyler, so we are not on pace to cover.
Yeah,
hopefully they slow down a bit.
They started off
Mavericks
they
are getting up. Yeah, I know, and maybe I should just bought out at 234, but I did not. So, but I can still see a lull. The thing is about these huge numbers is one team goes through a scoreless stretch, and the under hits. So they're going to have to each play great offensive basketball for another 25 minutes and 14 seconds for that over to come home. Still not distraught about our position, even though it could be better. And in the Mavericks Rockets game, they're getting plus 11.5. It seems about right from what I've seen, right? We didn't give it out as an official play, but in the chat was talking to, I think it was Gregory Wilson, real sharp cat, has his own way of doing things. I've talked to him on Twitter as well. And we gave out Rockets minus 7.5 at halftime, not as an official play, just as like a lean recommendation. Do like that look at 11.5. I think you're really flipping a coin. I think that's about the right number. They're down by 12. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm just staying away from this game, this Houston game.
All right, and we got a question for Max. No, Yego. So I'll answer my question first, then we'll go to Max. Yego said we don't like the Suns tonight spread. Got a big game is coming from Booker. Right. That doesn't necessarily mean that they'll win. I mean, Tyler, would you be surprised to see Booker put up 40 in a loss tonight?
No, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, how many times has he done that?
I mean, I think if you really wanted to arb it off the way that we're going, because I don't think it started yet, go ahead and take our play, Thunder -1, and then take the Booker over props. If the Suns win, he's definitely going off, and there's a good chance he goes off in a loss. So,
yep. You could get them both.
Yeah. So no, Yego, I think it's a great matchup. I like the way that Steven Adams and Noel will work against the Phoenix big men, and someone in the chat also. Yeah, he will play into it, and he will go off. It's just does going off lead to a win? I mean, he's been going off all season, and they're like what, 5-6 games under 500. So
they're 7 games under 500.
Yeah. So I mean, going off doesn't necessarily. If you said you want to play his points prop, I'm like, go. Yes. Yeah, Shady, that's how I see it. Booker puts up 50, doesn't win the game. That's kind of how I am handicapping it. Obviously, we've been wrong a lot. Jay had the numbers up. We've been wrong over 150 times on this show. So, I mean, anything could happen. But the way I see it is Booker does go off and the Thunder get the win. Max, did you want to jump in and answer a question for our boy, bigger Colts fan, 497? You with us, Max?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
He wants to know how you like plus 7.5 IU tomorrow on the road against OSU.
To be quite frank, tomorrow I only focus on the added board and then some of the smaller conferences. Power 5 basketball is a complete pass for me. Seeing how OSU's been able to regain some of their ATS form, I'd be looking for them not to take Indiana lightly. And if I can get under 2 buckets with Ohio State, I'd be looking at them. But at 8.5 or 9 points, if that's the line, then no play for me on it. Sorry about that.
Jeff Billings is on the Suns first quarter and first half. I don't know. I just like the Thunder matchup here.
Oh, it's rough.
I think they play real well. We got SGA. I think he's going to be a nice counterpart to Booker there. Chris Paul's back. What do you think, Tyler? Oh, Tyler, is Tyler still with us? Did you turn off your camera? Or
I
are
was
you
about to go to
gone?
the bathroom. What's up?
Oh, okay. So we're on the Thunder. Jeff Billings is trying to come back the other way on the Suns first quarter, first half. What do you think? I'm not a fan because obviously I'm on the other side.
I was looking at the first quarter and first half numbers. I can pull them back up. I'm pretty sure the Thunder are the better team.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So
The Suns.
I can understand if you want to go there, and if you want to make a case for Oklahoma City, it would be that they've had a lot more travel lately. Phoenix has been at home, and they're a little more rested, so you do have that fatigue angle. But in that case, I would actually lean away from the first quarter and first half because when I'm trying to fade tired teams, I like to go full game to get that second half in there.
Yeah, Thunder first quarter ATS is 13-11 in away games this year. The Suns at home are 9-16. And then first half, the Thunder away are 16-7-1 to the Suns at home 7-18.
Yeah, so my tape study doesn't see it and the numbers don't see it, Jeff. I would stay off unless you're already on it. Then good luck. So what you got going on over there, Ant? I think we've gone through all the questions.
So I got some old Chicago, some DoorDash. So you know how when you order DoorDash, it's normally somebody who just kind of looks like they're working a second job. My DoorDash driver was driving a fucking Mercedes.
So did you feel an instant kinship with it, with him or her?
We were comparing cars.
That was interesting. So,
Yeah,
Ant, what would have to happen in your life for you to do DoorDash in your brand new Mercedes? What would have to happen? How many bets in a row would you have to lose before you're out there door dashing in a Mercedes?
I'm not sure. Because he was dressed nice too. He had a nice sweater, nice pants. It looked like he was still wearing his clothes from like his office job. Like normally I'm used to like my DoorDash drivers driving like a 2008 Altima.
Yep.
And they're like they're wearing pajama pants and Crocs, you know.
If anyone has League Pass, you guys got to check out the outfits that these two young ladies have on at halftime. This is wild that they've. I wish you had this, Ant. I wish you had League Pass so I could get your views on these halftime clothes. It is straight like Cougarville up in at the Pelicans halftime show right now.
Rich G says he's probably divorced, trying to make some extra money the ex can't take.
Oh, see, Rich G. Hopefully he doesn't know from experience.
And Drexley says, "Got to make that payment." Yeah, Mercedes payments.
Yeah, I mean, just the oil change is ridiculous, right?
Oh no, that's part of the lease.
Oh, you leased it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you bought it straight out. Okay.
Oh, you don't buy a brand new Mercedes straight out. Those things fucking depreciate 40% in the first 3 years.
Yeah, well, I just thought you were just rolling in it. You're like, I live in an area with a very low cost of living, and I can afford to do these things.
No, I leased it because here's how, like, if I'm going to get a brand new one, we went with the Mercedes, so I leased it. But I am looking at, I don't know, maybe in a couple years when I replace the other car, I'll kind of go down your route and go with the because I'm looking at some late model used Lexuses.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you've talked your Lexus up so goddamn much. I'm like, you know. Like, because no one can trust a Mercedes after like 40,000 miles, but those Lexuses, I mean, they're practically Toyotas, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just a Toyota with a better suspension and a nicer interior.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I was looking at some of the used Lexuses or certified pre-owned Lexuses, and I don't know. I think that might be the way I go when I replace the other car. But the husband's spoiled, and basically, I think I just went down the road where we're just going to be leasing new Mercedes every 3 years till the end of time. For him, anyways. But for my car, I don't know. But yeah, my DoorDash. That's my point. Was like my DoorDash driver had a Mercedes, and I'm like, oh wow. And it wasn't even like some old like 2008 one. It was a pretty new model. So
That's cool though. So how are you liking the Mercedes? Are you rolling around town in style or what?
yeah, I feel arrogant though when I'm in it, and I don't like that because like when you drive around in like a luxury car like that, you just automatically, for some reason, like a feeling of superiority just overflows you. But
All right, let's get back.
Get back to the games.
I say, well, I was just waiting for some more questions to go, man. So
You were a
so we got it.
bitch before you ever
They're
got
asking, do we think Lakers money line?
Okay.
What?
Let's be honest.
What?
I said you were a bougie bitch before you ever got a Mercedes. And now to hear you
funny.
talk about getting a Lexus in addition to the Mercedes makes me want to vomit in my mouth.
What? Why does that make you want to vomit in your mouth?
You bougie bitch.
Spread's talking me into it. Spread's got a Lexus and he loves that car. He's telling me all these great things about it, and I'm like, I don't know. I think I might go that route because you could get the a very affordable late model used Lexus, and you don't got to worry about them breaking down because those things fucking go 100,000 miles.
That's true. They're a Toyota.
Trade in your fucking Ford, dude, and get yourself something stylish. Come on.
Bro, I got a fucking $45,000 whip. What do you want from me?
It's a Ford Explorer.
Yeah, okay. They're 50 G's loaded, bro.
Yeah.
Go look at it. Go look what a 2018 Ford Explorer fully loaded costs. And I love them. I love it. It's great.
Found on road.
And if I was going to get a new car, it would be a Range Rover Sport. There's only one car I would get.
Range Rovers are kind of cool.
Yeah. Range Rover Sport is what I want.
No, get the Jaguar F-Pace. Those things are badass.
They're a lot of money, though.
Yeah,
all right, what's going on live?
Aren't they?
Yeah, they're a lot. Did you guys make any plays?
No.
No, everything's double digits. I didn't really like it. If we were trying to force one, which we're not, I think Chicago would have been my favorite one. But other than that, everything's double digits right now. So it's really tough. I think the reserves are going to decide a lot of these games. I don't know if we can really identify an edge. Because I also don't think a lot of these teams are going to come charging back either. And like I said, if I were to decide which one I think had the best chance, it's Chicago, because they have an explosive offense and Brooklyn is just weird. But I don't really like it that much.
Yeah, I don't see much. Did Porzingis cash that yet?
No, he missed one. He's 1 for 3. Probably ain't gonna hit unless he hits 2 in the fourth quarter.
Did you take Brooklyn T? Because they're looking good.
No, I didn't. I was leaning that way, but I didn't take him.
Yeah, Houston has been covering that spread all game, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Not all game. It's been hanging around that 8.
Coco Bongo is letting you know that Range Rovers are for rich trophy wives who are clueless about cars.
Coco Bongo also said, and of all people, telling anyone to get a new car is hilarious.
Yeah, I read that comment.
Good
I read
comeback.
that comment too,
Good
and I
comeback.
thought it was funny as well. But I think he's right about the Range Rovers. I mean, it is mostly trophy wives I've seen those things.
Listen, let me be a bougie bitch trophy wife, all right? I like them.
Christopher Maltasante had one.
Hey, yo, Christopher. Milwaukee that game just started 11-2. Man, 17 and a half. Jesus Christ.
That one's going to get ugly fast.
Rob, truth though, dude.
All right. I got an
they are money pits. Like if you actually go look at like reliability ratings, Range Rovers are like some of the most unreliable vehicles you can get.
Can I enjoy the car that's 18 months old first? Like, can I do that first or no?
Yeah, you can.
All right. Rob Job said, Jay, I took a flyer on Jimmy Mahomes each to get a rushing touchdown at 40-1. Wow. That would be a nice hit at 40-1. I mean, it's possible too. It's possible.
Jimmy G averages like 2 yards rushing a game.
Yeah, but those 2 yards could be 4th and 1 at the goal line, right?
Theoretically. I mean, 40-1, why the hell not? But there's a reason why it's 40-1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're all flyers when you start talking about 40-1. No doubt.
Oh, yeah. I hope he hits it, though. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be a sweet-ass thing to hit.
Yeah, I'll be rooting for him. What else do we got? Lakers back to -13, Chris says. Dexter says, cash that Raptors second half. Way to go, Dexter. LeBron, 51 points, rebounds, and assists over. I mean, he could drop 50 points.
Hey, Jay, did you do what I told you to do earlier today?
No, but I will though this weekend before the weekend's over.
Well, the caucus is Monday night, so I'm pretty sure you won't be able to bet it.
Well, yeah, but you were talking about New Hampshire, not Iowa.
Oh, I like them both. I already bet them both. But anything I win, like basically everything I win off that Mahomes prop, I'm throwing back into the Iowa caucus. And then everything I win on the Iowa caucus, I'm going to load back up even more on the New Hampshire primary.
Yeah, I'll take a look at the Iowa caucus. But when New Hampshire is what, the week after?
New Hampshire's like a few days later. I think they're pretty much back to back. I have to double check. I know Iowa's Monday and New Hampshire is like right after.
Yeah, I'm down. I'll definitely bet that.
And then next week is South Carolina and Nevada. But you got to lay serious lumber, but Joe Biden's going to win South Carolina. But that number, I mean, you got to basically bet your whole bank to make any money off of that.
You know what's funny is ever since the fucking snowflakes of America started ripping Bernie Sanders because he promoted Joe Rogan's endorsement and the fact that he was going to vote for him. Ever since everybody killed him over that, he surged to #1 in the polls.
Yeah. I mean, now's the time to bet Bernie because it's going to be – well, actually, last week was the time to bet Bernie because the numbers were way lower on him. You're getting way better odds. But Bernie's winning both the first two contests. I mean, so I'm just –
yeah, I'm going to I'll probably put like 1,500 to win a nickel on that New Hampshire primary prop and call it a day.
Oh, yeah.
But I also have to find an offshore that's going to let me put that in. Like, I don't know. Can you just drop a couple dimes on a fucking politics prop? Like, I don't know how that works.
I'll check right now. I don't think they let you put that much on it.
You bet politics.
Let me see.
Before. Why the hell are you asking how it works?
Yeah, but
but they were low.
A lot of these they do, they don't want to take liability because I don't think they get a lot on the other sides.
Yeah, I bet like when we did that, it's like 100 a bet. I didn't go crazy.
Oh, okay. Dave and Kyle 48's got a really good number. He took Trump at plus 125.
Yep, that's a good number.
I'm not really sure where the hell.
Hey, so what were you looking? What were you doing there? Bernie Sanders?
Yeah, New Hampshire primary.
Caucus.
Yeah, Ant said he was like -300 New Hampshire, and I was going to lay like 50.
At Bookmaker, he's all the way up to minus 715, but you can lay up to
Oh,
$14,000
fuck
on
off.
it.
Really? That
You can
much?
lay up.
Find a different book. I have him at minus
Come
300.
on, Ant. You're fucking killing me with that number.
I'm killing you. Fuck you. I told you to bet that shit last week, motherfucker.
Well, I'm sure if it was 715, what was it last week? A nickel?
No, it's minus 300 at my book now. He's got a bad number. It's probably these aren't like market. What do you call that? It's like a player prop. It's not like a market neutral number. You gotta or whatever the fuck I'm trying to say. It's not.
What do you got at five? What do you got at 5 dimes or Bovada spread?
All right, I'll check 5 dimes right now. The main reason I went to Bookmaker is they tell you the limit just right at the bottom.
Yeah,
I just wanted to see the limit
Deer
more
Slayer
than the price.
screenshotted a shitload of props to me a couple weeks ago, and you were actually getting Bernie Sanders at like even money and plus money in Iowa.
New Hampshire, Bernie's minus 400. But I see on this one, it doesn't just show you the limit like
minus 400.
Like Bookmaker does. You have to kind of like put it in to see if it'll really limit you. Where Bookmaker tells you straight up on the bet slip, hey, this is the maximum we'll allow you to risk.
Tito Banton wants to know if I heard about over 100,000 people showing up to a Trump, New Jersey rally.
I'm in New Jersey, and I didn't even hear that. I think that's complete bullshit. Not in this state.
Connor Butler, yeah, I take Sanders all the way to minus 350 in Iowa.
Oh, he's minus 215 on 5 dimes for that.
Iowa or
Iowa. New Hampshire is minus 400.
I would take that. I would take
Lotus says Bookmaker's the best online book by far. I like the Bookmaker when I used them before I went legal, but their live betting was fucking brutal. I think that
it's not that good.
I've used every book there is out there, and I think in terms of the books that you can use in the States, I think Bet Online's the best book.
I think 5 dimes gives you the best prices if you go more favorites. If you like dogs and you like live betting, I like Bovada when I'm playing the underdogs. And Bovada pays you the quickest by far. Like Bovada's like 2 hours. You're like, fuck yeah.
5 dimes isn't a bad one, yeah.
Rex college football says, "Oh Lord, we getting political." It's not really getting political as much as you're breaking down the races just like you break down the game.
Yeah, it's just to make money, bro. I don't give a fuck if you vote for Trump or you vote for Elizabeth Warren. I'm just looking to make a fucking dime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's because I want to put that disclaimer out there now because going forward during the primary season and especially during the general election and when we start getting the state-by-state Senate races and stuff, there's going to be a lot more breakdowns because Jay and I do bet politics a decent amount. And it's completely from an apolitical standpoint. It's not.
Yeah, it's just about finding the edge. That's it.
Exactly. It's we go over the polling data. We go over. We break it down like we would break down a football game between two teams you don't give a fuck about, or even if it is a team that I give a fuck about. Like if like my favorite team, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. I mean, I've told you guys many times. There's no value on them in this spot, right? It's the same thing. It has nothing to do with politics as much as it's just breaking down a bet just like anything else. And,
God, we have shit to fucking bed the last 2 days on this show, man. Fuck. Grizzlies under looks good though, right? How are we looking there?
It's the live total is
oh wow, it's actually over.
It's 243 what I see. So
I got 244.5 right now.
Dave
okay, I got 243.5, but
Dave in Cal 48 says he's going to bet Ohio and Florida stay Republican. I think Florida is a safe bet to stay Republican. With Ohio, I honestly think it depends on who the Democratic nominee is. If it's anybody besides Bernie, then yeah, I think Trump wins Ohio again. But I have a hard time seeing Trump's going to have a hard time against Bernie. I just honestly,
Randy said at Bet Online, Bernie Sanders is minus 500 to win New Hampshire, 500 to pick up a dollar. A bad bet. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of money to lay, but it'll only be tied up for a week. I don't know. Anthony is the one that shot it at me, so he's gone over the data more than I have. I haven't started yet, but he liked it at minus 300. What do you think about it at minus nickel?
Minus a nickel is kind of just a stay away point. I mean, I think Bernie Sanders is going to win the Nevada or the New Hampshire primary an overwhelming majority of the time, but at minus 500, that's an 80% win rate in order to break even. And I don't think he wins it often enough to make minus 500 profitable.
What do you guys got on him to win the caucus on Monday? What odds do you have there?
Back.
But yeah, I think Bernie wins Iowa too.
What's the price there, Ant? Iowa.
A lot of people are able to get it at minus 200, and I think you have to grab it now because it was minus 175 earlier today. It was minus 140 yesterday. I mean, that number is getting fucking hammered.
So whatever the recent data that's come out must have Bernie by huge.
Yeah. Yeah, Bernie's going to win the Iowa caucus.
Somebody's asked about plays. Oh, and the overtime was asking about your. Just recap your soccer real quick.
Yeah, I will. My official soccer plays in Bundesliga. I got Hoffenheim plus a half goal on the Asian handicap at minus 120. In La Liga, I have the Madrid derby, Real and Atletico. I bet the draw at plus 270. And in EPL, I have Crystal Palace draw no bet at plus 110 or pick him on the Asian handicap. It's the same thing against Sheffield United. But Dave Betts has Sheffield United and Crystal Palace draw at plus 218. I kind of like both those bets. I went with Crystal Palace, though, draw no bet, because I do think they should probably win at home here. But I think there is a very good likelihood of a draw, and draw no bet. You push on a draw, so I don't lose any money. But I wouldn't tell anyone not to bet a draw in Sheffield United and Crystal Palace at plus 218. I think that's a good number also. So however you guys want to follow that, you can.
Zion only has 2 rebounds with 8 minutes left in the third. Staying away from that 8 looks like that was a good call. Lotus says Joe Biden will be the nominee. If Joe Biden's the nominee, I will win $100 from Ant, but I hope that I don't win that $100 from Ant.
If Joe Biden's the nominee, I'm going to let you know right now. If Joe, because it'll be in June because the convention's in June, so that's when everything's official. If Joe Biden comes out of that convention, the nominee, you'll have markets with Trump versus Biden, obviously. I would freaking crawl over a tripped nun to get to my book to bet on Donald Trump to beat Joe Biden.
I would crawl over a tripped nun?
I would trip a nun.
You would trip a nun?
Yes. To get to the sports book to bet Donald Trump against Joe Biden.
Dare you? No, I don't care. Fuck that nun. Tripper. Jimmy Stain says Bucks team total over 126. They will put up 140. What do you think about that spread?
Yeah, I mean, the way they're going right now, they have 30 with 3 minutes to go. And we've talked about this before. Their reserves can shoot. The reason they're reserves is because they can't defend very well. And so they don't actually lose much on the offensive end when they empty the bench. I mean, obviously they do because, no Giannis and no Middleton. But they still have a wide variety of three-point shooters. So I definitely like it. Who the Blazers had a death last year? Who died on the Blazers? Rob Job? I'm trying to think.
Ed,
Was it like their owner?
Jay in the StreamYard chat.
Paul Allen, yeah, it was the owner. Okay, now I remember it. Yeah, I would say that is a strange coincidence.
So still nothing on this Dallas game.
I mean, they're making a push back. If I were to recommend it at this point, I'd probably grab the 7.5 points. But I'm not too excited about it. And honestly, I turned my attention to this Pelicans game. And then I have the Thunder on my other screen right now.
Okay. So whoever said that there was 100,000 people in New Jersey at the rally, I'm on NewJersey.com right now. First of all, the convention center held 7,400 people. They estimate because Trump said, tens of thousands, obviously. They estimate that in addition to the 7,400 people inside, there were approximately 3,000 to 5,000 people watching on a giant video screen in a park, and another 2,500 to 3,000 people watching on another big screen. All in all, the tens of thousands Trump prognosticated ended up being approximately 15,000, 15. So that's 85,000 less people.
Than 100,000.
Yes.
That's funny.
But 15,000 people still more than anybody.
In New Jersey, bro. In New Jersey, that's a lot of people for Trump. He did well. Wow, that total is up to 250. Jesus.
Yeah, because the Pelicans already have 86 fucking points.
Is that Bernie Sanders to win the Iowa caucus? Oh, for Iowa? Yeah, I would lay that. I would lay 200 on Bernie to win the Iowa caucuses.
This is a weird night for live betting, Jay. I'm seeing so many double-figure numbers on these spreads.
Yeah, right. Oklahoma. We're already on them, right?
We're already on them.
Hold on, guys. JT Randy, if you can get minus 135 at Heritage, you need to sell your children.
Don't do that. Leave your children alone.
Leave them out of this.
Yeah. I think there was a Sopranos episode like that too.
Brett, any chance Houston blows this game?
Yeah, they're only up by 3. It's quite possible.
What are you seeing as a live money line? We got to try and make back some of those units.
They got taken off the board. It froze to me at it's been frozen for a little while now. Now it just came back up at -425 for Houston, plus 280 for Dallas.
Dave and
Aaron
Cal.
said pawn them and get them back on Tuesday.
Oh wow, okay.
Well
I-
played, Aaron. Well played.
Dave and Cal 48 says Democrats can't even fill a bingo hall. Dems will lose bad in November. Bet red, and I'm liking Ohio to stay red. Yeah, certain Democrats can't fill a bingo hall, but certain Democrats are filling 20,000 seat stadiums. It depends on the Democrat. Just like the Republicans, Donald Trump gets big rallies, but 14 people showed up to watch Scott Walker at bingo halls when he was running for president in 2016.
Oh, Obama filled Mile High Stadium.
Yeah, I mean it's completely the Democrats who cannot fill a bingo hall, and there are some of them. They're not winning the nomination.
Hey, Tyler.
Yeah.
Donald Trump's not going to go up against Donald Trump's not going to go up against Deval Patrick, who, yes, there's a guy named Deval Patrick who's running for the Democratic nomination, who's polling at exactly 0.01% and has like 3 people at his rallies. Yeah, he's not going up against Donald Trump, guys. So that doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, Trump does
Tyler.
he gets about 15,000 every event. It's amazing,
What's
man.
up,
His base is excited about him. Go ahead, Spread.
What do you think about taking the Rockets -4.5 right now? I think the Mavericks might have just had their nice little run, and now that
I wouldn't be
Houston
surprised
takes
if they hit
back
a couple
over.
threes and they're right back up by 12. I think.
Yeah. Do you want to jump in and make that a play?
Yeah, we could do that. I'm game for that.
All right, let's do it. Houston
I have no
-4.5, Jay.
Do me a favor.
Okay.
I
I'll put it
don't
in the
have
chat.
room at the I don't have room at the bottom.
Okay. Copy, you got it right now. Houston -4.5 live.
Overtime says how long before we see totals at 300 in the NBA this season? Question mark. It is amazing. It is amazing though how high scoring these games are.
We'll see one on the All-Star game.
Yeah, that'll be the only one you'll see. 3. You figure? I mean, in 12 minutes in each quarter, 300 is a lot. you would literally have to be hot the whole game. You couldn't miss. The moment that play slows down for like 3 minutes, you're gonna end up with like 278 points.
Teddy B says, Jay, I need to ask, bro, why the Tom Brady?
Yeah, that's gonna be funny.
On Twitter. Teddy, look above my head, bro. That should say it all, my friend. That should say it all.
Because Jay likes to root for shit franchises.
I mean, how dare you?
Jets, Mets, Knicks.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So Dallas is in this game, and we can't get Porzingis to hit a couple threes, huh?
Nope. I think he's sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
They've
They've been
made that
running him
comeback.
off the floor.
They made that comeback with him on the bench. So they're probably just, no.
He's back in there right now.
Yeah,
He's
there
back
he is.
in there right now.
What do you think about the Australian Open final? Who's it going to be, Spread? Garbine?
I think it's priced right, so I took the over, and I'm just hoping for a close match.
What are you hoping it goes 3?
Do you get? Yeah, or if that over right now is 7.564 would still get you there.
7.564 will still get you there. Oh, I think that they could definitely win a set apiece based on the play in this tournament.
Yeah, I think so too. So I just took the over. I didn't bother with the side.
She has taken money too. She was -150 yesterday. Now she's minus 186.
Yeah. So a lot of people are real heavy on Garbine. She obviously has a Grand Slam experience. And really, she beat a player that's very similar to Kenin in the last round. So, I mean, if you even look at a tape study and you didn't have an exact match against Kenin to watch, Halep would be the most comparable player, or Wozniacki. So I can see why a lot of people do like Garbine here.
Martin Riggs coming with the facts. Drazen Petrovic was a stud on the nets. He was my favorite. He was my favorite player when I was a kid.
Lotus Scalper says Memphis got destroyed. Maybe they coming back to reality. No, they're missing 2 of their 3 of the young core with Jaren Jackson and Brandon Clark out. That's all the youth and the athleticism that everyone's excited about. Not to mention they are in a terrible scheduling spot compared to the Pelicans. So wasn't too surprised. I wish I would have given it out at minus 8 now or whatever. It just felt like too much of a move. Remember, Tyler? But boy, it looks like that's going to cash easy no matter what you got there.
Yeah.
Jeff Billing says, hell yeah, I cashed my son first quarter. You could book it. That a boy, Jeff. You make that fucking money.
Yeah, he went against the numbers.
Good job, Jeff.
The Suns were the worst first quarter team than the Thunder, but they got the job done.
Yep.
They did. All that matters. And that could be another fatigue issue because the Thunder have had a more rigorous schedule more recently than the Suns, and they're on the road. So,
Neil,
look for Jeff there.
If there's one aspect to sports betting that this show does not cover, unfortunately, it's the NHL. But I am going to get somebody in here for the NHL playoffs, either Jimmy or Babano, to come on a few times a week during the playoffs. Everybody here has their own specialties. No, none of us cap the NHL, but I will get somebody here for the playoffs.
There goes the Rocket spread up 9.
Yeah, I'm watching. I don't want to jinx it, but it was kind of like we thought. And talking about the market entry points, and it's always tough to tell when the run's over. But our market entry point in that game came off a big Dallas run. Houston calls timeout. A lot of times, if you're not hanging out with us and you're just doing this on your own, that's the best time to get in, is right off the run when the coach calls timeout.
Lotus says this is by far my favorite betting show. Well, we're glad that you've come along for the ride, my friend. How many likes do we have? 70? Come on, guys. Come on. You gotta get your game up here. Now listen, we have to get our game up. We have to get our game up too, because we were up 138 units and we shit the bed the last 2 days. Probably going to be up about 134 now. But you guys got to smash that like button. We need to get to 100. And open up a video right now. Where are you going to go? You're going to go to sbrvideo.com/liveline. It'll bring you to the best sportsbook page, and it will help us tremendously. Touts, sell you picks. All we ask for, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and open up a window, put that address in, and it'll bring you to the best sportsbook page at SBR. Click on a couple sportsbooks, and then SBR knows that you guys watch and you enjoy us. So that is literally the only thing we ask. And I'm getting aggravated that we haven't made any fucking money in 2 days.
Dexter wants to know if we've got any odds on the coronavirus. No, believe it or not, I cannot find a book out there that's giving me odds on a pandemic.
Thought you'd get paid out on it. I think the NBA is just going to be weird to bet for like a week or two with the whole Kobe thing going on.
Yeah, until the All-Star break, and then that'll be kind of like the final culmination, the final celebration.
And then like after that,
and then I think it'll quiet down again, and then in the playoffs it'll start back up, especially during the LA games. But I think you're right. This has been a tough week. and we've seen results all over the board. So, did you see just Porzingis matched up with Westbrook
He
there?
just
That's not a very good look
literally
for
stood over
Houston.
top of him and just elbowed him in the head to get the foul.
Yeah.
Farshot says, does an emotional Lakers team, could they come out flat after the long rest and the Kobe Bryant incident? And on the flip side, Rob Job says, I hate the long layoff, but teams in any sport are never flat off of tragedy, which I tend to agree with that.
Overtime says if anyone bets on coronavirus, that's just beyond degenerate. And then recent college football says over 100,000 on coronavirus.
Well, let's just be honest here. Is it degenerate or, there's got to be a way to handicap the lines on that, right?
I'm in the fucking overtime camp.
How would you? Yeah.
LeBron's going to drop 50.
Me.
That's what overtime.
Why does everyone assume the Lakers are the only ones who are like emotional over the Kobe thing? None of the players on this Lakers team played with Kobe.
I mean, it's the Lakers, though.
I mean,
bro,
yeah,
right?
I get you say, oh, it's the Lakers just because you have the same jersey that you wore. But my point is, don't you think the league as a whole is emotional over it?
Yeah, but don't you think that he was such a big part of the Laker history that he was probably around that team often?
No.
No?
No. Once he retired, he just wanted to spend time with his family. The only time he was at games is when he showed up to watch them.
So Tyler, yeah, I kind of agree with Tyler here. Now, I'm just trying to say, I'm just trying to mention like the crowd is going to be like more emotional, obviously, but like the players themselves, why would a Laker who's been in the league for 2 years, be more emotional over Kobe's death than the other guy on the team? Because they both grew up watching Kobe. They both grew up loving Kobe, right?
Well,
like all these young guys idolize him.
We're talking about LeBron, right? And like multiple people in the chat said LeBron was close friends with Kobe, right? So, I mean, he liked Kobe enough.
I'm just saying, like
him and Anthony Davis to get matching Kobe Bryant tattoos on their legs, bro.
Yeah, my question though is like, how much? Because we're going into the realm where we're handicapping off of speculation of what people's emotional states are, and I just think that's kind of a dangerous way to try to handicap the spot, because no matter what any of us says, it's just fucking speculation. Like, is the Lakers way more emotional over the other team over his death? Maybe. Probably, but do we know? I don't know.
I think it's more
neutral
a single player by player thing, because there were certain players that he would go and train with. Like you got guys like Devin Booker, Kawhi, Kyrie. Like those are the guys that are most hurt by this. I mean, you've seen the day it happened. Kyrie left the arena. He wasn't playing. Melo's not playing tonight. Melo and Kobe were close. I think it's more of a player by player thing.
Yeah, it's just
LeBron played with him, right? At the Olympics, didn't he?
Yeah. I don't. It just seems to me like it's just too speculative to, handicap the lines and handicap the props based off of how we feel they are emotionally.
Overtime said, sell your house with your wife in it and put it all on LeBron points over. I just think I could totally see LeBron going for 50. The only thing that makes me not like it is we're normally getting 27.5 on LeBron, and it's like 31. That's the only thing. That's the only reason why I haven't thrown a nickel on it, really.
Yeah, and that's the other point too, Jay, is like I said, we're speculating on, I don't know. I mean, I kind of made my point. I just think there's just too much.
You know what though, man? At the end of the night, when he puts up 50, we're gonna be like, obviously he was gonna put up 50. Fucking Kobe.
I get that he'll probably. I'm not going to deny that he'll easily probably just throw up 50, but I don't know if that's how I want to handicap the number here.
Yeah.
based
I mean,
off
everyone thought Kyrie was going to go off his first game back. He went for 20. I mean, 20 is a good
I
solid
don't have
number,
an
but
opinion.
he didn't cover his point.
I defer to you guys on your opinion of the actual outcome of the game. I'm just talking about from like a one player perspective. I just think the LeBron goes over. I really do. Now, I don't know what you guys think about the game.
Rob Job 19 wants to know how many times I backed a team off of a tragedy. He's done it more than 20 times. The only time I can specifically remember was backing Leicester last year in their first game after their owner died in coincidentally a helicopter.
You didn't back the Mets in 01?
In 01?
Off the bombing.
Jay, I didn't have a bookie in 01. I was 16.
Oh, yeah. See, I've been in the fucking game a long time, bro. I was running numbers. I was watching people lose their fucking house to me and the guy I worked for when I was 21.
Okay.
That was huge. The Mets off the fucking
that block. Yes.
Oh, what?
They call that a foul?
Literally, Leicester in EPL I think it was last August or whatever. That is the last time I can remember betting on a team after a tragedy. It was like last year or the year before, whatever it was.
Drek said I was born in 01. Fuck you, buddy. All right?
I was 5 years old in 01.
I was 21. I'm going to be 40 in October.
We have a 19-year-old in our chat.
What's he betting on?
18.
What site is he betting on?
Probably betting on Tinder.
In high school.
He's gambling on Tinder, trying not to catch anything.
We got young guns in here. Grinding. I love it.
Connor, he's been averaging like over 10 attempts per game, so I do like damn it over 4.5 at plus 120. I played a little bit of it myself.
Drexler said he's gambling on his mom's social security number.
Chris Brady, I'm not alone. He's 39. My guy.
That spread was 40 in 01. Yeah, just about. All right, so we're gonna have to sweat out the end of this Rockets game. We are up by 7. So if they hit the miracle 3 ball with not enough time for a foul, we won't cover, but hopefully we'll hit it.
So you're telling me the only bet we have in the Lakers game is taking Lillard over threes?
Jay, yeah.
I think it's too heavy of a game.
I took the points. If you want to give that one out, I bet that one personally and gave it out in the article.
Coco Bongo.
Oh, okay.
Coco Bongo says he will drink and smoke all the chat under a table. I'll take Ant against you in the drinking, and I'll smoke you under the table.
You're talking about cigarettes.
Or a Deer Slayer. Deer Slayer, though.
You're talking about cigarettes, right?
Yeah, cigarettes.
Jake, why do you like Ariza? Just because Melo's out and he'll get extra usage? I actually don't think that's a bad look.
Is Ariza capable of scoring 16 anymore?
Yeah.
He scored 21 in his debut.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He seems old as fuck.
He is, but he can still shoot. You know, the old guys that just sit out on the perimeter and he just catches and shoots, and he can still make a 3 if you leave him open. All right, come on. We need to stop. Do not hit this. Yes. All right.
Hey, Tyler, don't you accept that challenge for me? I'm not interested in no drinking.
I'll accept my side of it.
Okay.
Harry says AD double at even money. That's not a bad look. That's not a bad look.
Jay, the losing streak is over. Put it on the board. The Houston play cashes. They win by 7. It's final. We are back in action on Live Line.
What was the play?
Houston.
It was
minus 4.5.
-4.5, minus 120.
Oh, you guys bet that live?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Houston
And I put it
minus
in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
you
job.
motherfucker. You act like you don't
All
pay
right.
attention.
All right, put it on the board. Boom. Right on the fucking board.
Finally, right?
Seriously.
Viral
Finally,
videos
right?
got
I mean,
viral videos got a Australian soccer match for us
Oh, wow.
for purse. Viral video loves putting Australian soccer plays in the chat. I don't know. Is it Australia on fire though? Like, are they getting those games in?
Oh, yeah. 70% of the continent is on fire.
So is there like a lot of ashiness going on at the Australian Open at the moment? Is there like a
No,
I
there
don't
was,
think-
but it rained. It rained for 2 weeks, but the very first week during qualifying, players were coughing, and a couple of them did just straight withdraw because they were coughing so bad during qualifying. But then there was rain, and it just dumped before the first night. And so, fortunately, it's been good air quality the whole time in Melbourne.
So this beer and pizza's giving me gas. Like you ever you ever just sit here? I know you guys probably have because we're sitting here for like hours on end doing the show every day. Have you ever just sat on the show and like just let out like the stinkiest fucking fart and it takes everything in your power, like not to like make some kind of squinty face, you know, because it fucking really stinks, and you don't want anybody to like know that you just farted, so you're trying really hard not to go. Ugh.
Can I tell you that
You're
Max has threatened to take his headset off and put the microphone up to his ass and just blurt out a tune like a fucking trumpet live on this show?
Max does that or claims he's going to do that every episode. Yeah.
Yeah, but I've heard Max a couple times. Like you'll hear that in the background.
Oh no, I've been like, no, seriously, like for like the last hour, I've just been like, it's just a steady stream of bubble guts, and it's gotten to the point now where I'm just like, oh man, it fucking reeks in here. I'm gonna have to like light a candle or something. It's just fucking. And if I can smell it, I know it's got to be bad. I swear to God, like somebody walked in here, they probably just dropped dead.
Well, why don't you
All
do
right.
that with the dog in the room?
What? The dog's not in the room.
That's a shame.
I think the dog left after a dog left about 5-10 minutes ago because of the farting, probably. You ever just hotbox or you ever Dutch oven your dog in the bed?
No.
You're gonna ask if I hotbox my dog in the bed?
Not hotbox, but Dutch oven. I got like the little one, the one that's like this big. The what do you call it? The mini pin. Like he'll like curl up. Like when I'm sleeping on my side, he'll curl up inside my kneecap, and sometimes I'll just be like, and just fart right on him, and he'll get all like mad and he'll like scurry out of the bed. I don't remember what the covers.
No.
And then if I want to really be an asshole, I just like hold the covers down on him and do it.
Pin him to the fucking bed with your leg.
Oh yeah, I Dutch oven my dog. It's funny.
So listen to this. My daughter comes over today, right? She goes, can I tell you something? I'm like, okay. She's like, I don't want you to overreact, but I have a boyfriend. I said, oh yeah? And she's like, yeah. I said, you're fucking 11 years old. I said, I will take you out of school and fucking homeschool you. I was like, don't start that shit. That's unacceptable. So, yeah, these kids are starting young, bro. Starting young.
I mean, she's already going through all your accounts, quoting you your fucking balances and telling you to buy her something because she knows you can afford it.
Hey,
Aaron. Aaron wants to bet on what swamp this guy ends up in.
And Coco Bongo said he used to do that to his girl. That's why he's single now.
Dexter, we gave that out. Dexter, we gave out the Pacers to win the East on the podcast I do this week, and the idea is that we'll be hedging it as soon as if they can just win the first round, you'll be able to hedge it with ease, even if they're big underdogs.
I think they're in.
Jake said he had a girlfriend at 11. That's like 6th grade, right? So here's a question.
Yeah,
Jake.
6th grade.
Yeah, and your name is Jake the Degenerate, so I don't think he wants his daughter named Blank the Degenerate.
Yeah, 6th grade. And my fucking idiot sister goes and buys her a Valentine's Day present that she can give to the boy. I was like,
Oh,
I will
wow.
smack it. When I see you, I'm going to smack this shit.
Jay, your sister could probably beat you up.
Yes, she could.
No, she couldn't.
Yes, she could.
I love the background.
I hear that in the background. Yeah.
You know what's hilarious is like I've seen your sister. Like you two definitely look like brother and sister. The family resemblance is uncanny.
You seen my sister?
Yeah.
How?
She follows me on Twitter.
Oh, does she really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have the same mom, different dads.
Well, your mom does your mom
Tony
look like
says,
you then? Because you two look exactly alike.
Tony says, what happened to under 243 in the Grizzlies game? I think it's a fucking
halftime.
We
I
picked
think
it wrong. We
I
picked it
think
wrong.
it's
We've been poking it with a stick, trying to tell it to wake up for the past 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like, please stop.
Well, the
If this is
Pelicans had
the
over 100
first-
points before the third quarter was over, so I think that one's dead.
If like you're just tuning in for like the first 2 days, we have
We
shit
are.
to
We
bet.
apologize.
Yeah, we are.
You don't like us. You're like
we
fuck
are.
this show.
We are sorry, but you know what? Tonio said that killed me, bro. All I can tell you is that we're up 136 units, and if you bet $100 on every bet we've made since November 18th, you're up $13,600. So there are going to be some bad nights in this too, but we're the most profitable live betting show in the country. That's a fact. But yeah, it's a bad 2 days. I'm not going to argue with you.
Yeah, that total. They're at right now. They're at 229 with 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, I mean,
Jesus. It's been a shitty night too, man. Even last night, right, Spread? There weren't a ton of spots to attack.
and I actually remember I told you I liked this card more when it opened up, and then it just ended up being all blowouts. And I mean, I don't want to ascribe too much to it, but I think it's definitely a weird week for the players. I'm sure they're not on their normal routines.
We
They're
figured
probably less
guys,
bets
I
than
just
usual.
want to say right now, though, given on how we've had a bad couple of days and this night hasn't gone the way we wanted exactly, don't you think now is the perfect time then to start chasing losses and betting money we can't afford to lose, and just basically saying
You
fuck
fucking know it, Ant.
and throw 10 units, just throw 10 fucking units on the Lakers tonight to just smash?
You got a 10-unit bailout play in the Laker game yet?
I mean, I really hope people who've been watching the show long enough understand I'm being completely facetious at this point.
Everybody that's watched this show long enough knows that you live in a permanent state of facetiousness.
Okay. But I'm just saying, bankroll management's for fucking pussies. Let's just, do you got a car title? I think it's time to put it on the Lakers tonight because we're winning that money back.
What do you guys think is a reasonable number? Like, at what point would you get involved with the Milwaukee Bucks tonight? The number's down to 11. What would that line have to be for you to take a piece of Milwaukee?
What do you think, Tyler? I actually haven't watched that game at all.
I haven't
I'm
had
seeing
it
minus
on.
13.5 still. They're up by 7.
7.5
at halftime.
8, somewhere in
So
there.
they're right on pace to go at the number the book set.
It doesn't seem like it.
Wasn't
Denver,
it minus?
Doesn't it seem like Denver is
mean, they-
undervalued in this spot, though?
Denver's very bad. 18.
I would say so, but
second leg of a
the
back-to-back.
fatigue issue with them not getting in there till about 4 a.m. last night and playing last night while Milwaukee didn't play.
Yeah, the Nuggets are 2-6 against the
and-
spread in the second leg of a back-to-back. They played last night.
Everybody's saying 8. 8's the number.
Minus 8.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't see it. I see minus 12.5 right now.
I
And
know.
if I did play it,
you think we'll even see an 8? Probably not, right?
well, I mean, if the Nuggets came out and went on a 6-0 run to start and cut the lead to 1, we would definitely see an 8. So we could keep an eye on that. I'll go ahead and switch it since this Pelicans game is pretty much over.
So has Zion Williamson just like arrived now, 24-6, like it's his fucking job, like the first week and a half in the league?
Yeah, and remember I told you he's popular with his teammates, and it's quite evident because they have made a definitive effort to get him involved, and it's like almost like a quarterback who's got a 6'4" receiver on a 5'10" cornerback. Like they're just throwing him jump balls and lobs in the paint left and right, and he's just going up there and getting them and either finishing or getting to the line. So he's pretty much everything that we thought he'd be as a player, as a rookie this year. So pretty excited for Pelicans fans and actually the NBA because I think he can, get more excitement in the league.
How do you feel
He's
about
got-
him being
Go ahead.
like spread? How do you feel about him being like the main thing in the Rising Stars game, and a guy like Sexton who's averaging 20-some points didn't make it?
But Sexton's on the opposite team, though, right?
Sexton's on the Cavs, but I mean, averaging 20-some points.
No, but I'm saying, isn't it first-year players versus second-year players?
No, it's Team USA against Team World.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think that's
Well, yeah, then
yeah. But I just
it
think
doesn't matter. They were going to do that anyways, right? I mean, the whole All-Star,
America. Fuck yeah.
the whole All-Star thing is for the fan, and they want to see him play. So
Yeah.
even if it is undeserved, I'm not surprised, and I don't think it's that big a deal.
America. Fuck
I mean, I'll bet
yeah.
you couldn't even name one player from the Rising Stars game 3 or 4 years ago. So, well, you could probably name a couple just because you.
Yeah,
could
I'll say you
figure
just
it
got to
out,
think
but
about
you
the
see what I'm
guys that
saying?
were rookies.
It's not like this great honor. Yeah, it's not like when we're, when we talk about Hall of Fame, they do bring up All-Star appearances, but it's not like they're going to say, "Oh, he was in the Rising Stars game."
Rob says Zion.
The guy that high, yeah. No,
He
I
says
don't
amazing.
think so.
It's like that. It is amazing, but
Yeah,
I think
it's
that's
like
the
a
main
space
reason why we're
shuttle.
going to see him turn to go up the dunk one time, and he's going to fall on his ass, and he's going to be grabbing a hold of his knee. Every ligament's going to snap like a goddamn rubber band.
They're all coming out in Kobe jerseys, huh?
Did you see the arena before this, Jay?
No.
They set
Yeah, it's
out
nuts.
T-shirts. On one side, they're the 24, and on the other side, they're
Yeah.
the 8.
The 8.
Wow. Man, this is going to be crazy. I'm amped up to watch it, though.
You guys see the clip of the cartoon show that was on Comedy Central that like predicted Kobe's death? The kids were like walking down the street and the helicopter like fell out of the sky and Kobe crawled out of it. And they were like, "Holy shit, it's Kobe Bryant."
None.
No, I don't.
No, I didn't
Antonio,
see that.
you lost 2 G's on Grizzlies under 243. Oh, bro, you gotta. If you're gonna tail us, you gotta ask us. Unless that's a standard 1-unit play for you. I mean, if you're just throwing 2 dimes on every game you bet, then you'll get it back tomorrow. But I mean, if that's like a big play for you, then we'll always tell you how strong we feel on something. rather than just, whatever play that we post, you throw 2 dimes on. I mean, I bet 10 dimes on this show, but only twice a year with plays I absolutely love. So I would not throw 2 dimes on every play, even though if you did that, you'd be a fucking millionaire almost.
Jesus Christ, Jay.
I mean, think about it, Ant. If you threw 2 G's on every play we made, right? We're up 136 units going into the show. That's a lot of fucking money. I mean, it's been a bad 2 days, though. I can't wait for Sunday. We're going to clean up on Sunday, though. I feel good about it.
Rent is due tomorrow, but it could wait until the 7th. Is that right? I can't remember. Is that how rent
Oh, crap, it is. I do have to pay my mortgage this week, huh? Thanks for reminding me, Ant.
No, you don't.
I like to pay it on time. Doesn't that help my credit score?
No, it doesn't. It only affects your credit score negatively if you have a missed payment, and they don't report until it's like 30 days past due, and it's not past due until after like this 15th. So it's like you got until the 15th to pay it, and then it's like 30 days after that, then it's reported as a missed payment or a late payment.
Spread, how do you feel? Lucky Lefty's asking about LeBron, 9 rebounds tonight. It's an even money. How do you feel about that?
It's a complete coin flip. What's your edge, right? What's your edge? Yeah. He's not going to say, I'm going to honor Kobe by going out to get hella rebounds. On the points, I can understand you going away. You're saying, okay, he averages 26, but we're going to bet this over 31 because we know that he's going to make a, concerted effort to have a big game. But with the rebounds and assists, it's just, if you have an edge and you put it in there and I see it, I go, okay, cool. But I don't see, I don't necessarily see an edge there. I'm not saying he's not going to get 9 rebounds. So, I just think it's a coin flip. It's a line that was put up properly. Yeah, Dexter, I hate, and I'm not giving this as an official show play, but just because of the numerical value, I had to hit no on the triple-double. So, especially with the assists, I think if he doesn't get it, the assist is where he'll fall short.
The other thing is like,
Connor,
when he was younger, it was a lot easier to flick that switch and go for, say, 50. He's getting old now. It's not going to be as easy to flick that switch and go out there and score all these
except for against Portland. Like, who are they going to put on him?
It's not
like it's just like the best matchup for him to go off.
It's just the simple
circumstances.
It's just the simple fact of him being old, though. I mean, he's still LeBron, but it's still
who's going to cover him.
I mean, they'll just have a reason to chase him around.
That's horrible. That's like one of the worst ideas if you're a Blazers.
Who else are they going to put on him? McCollum?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Simmons is too small.
It's going to be a reason.
That's bad. That is bad. In fact, that would make me think that to stay away from his assists even more, because why would he even bother to pass if he's matched up with Ariza?
You figure it'll probably be a mix of Ariza. Shit, I can't even think of anybody else that's even like around his size on that team. Because they're not going to put Whiteside on him because his eyes are going to light up and he's going to run right around them every time.
No, and he's not. That would be a horrible idea. Hazonia would be a horrible idea.
See, but that's one they'll throw at him because Hazonia likes to chirp, and he'll sit there and chirp LeBron the whole time. Remember when he blocked him and he like stood over top of him in the Knicks?
That was Giannis.
No, he dunked on Giannis and then stepped over him, but he blocked LeBron and looked at him, like stared him down.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay. I was thinking of the Giannis one.
He blocked LeBron's game winner against the Knicks, and then he stared him down.
Okay. It's going to be Gary Trent Jr. most likely that will get the backup minutes, And
Slugger's right.
Colonel
He says
Scalaby
definitely
Pierre.
Ariza, and then in caps he says with a lot of help.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, if they decide to double them all night, I guess the assist could go anywhere. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely going to be fun, and I don't know, how
Alex
much
Ramirez. What's up,
how much
buddy?
we're able to predict. Yeah, Alex Ramirez is high. He wants the covers. He says the Lakers blow him out. I'm on the other side, Alex, but good luck to you. I mean, I didn't go over a unit. I not very strict, but I'm fairly strict with my bankroll management. And I really do think it's a tough game to cap. But I went ahead and spent a couple hours on it because I had the article for it, and I definitely like my side. The numbers are on my side, but it's almost a game where you throw the numbers out because of all the emotional aspects of it. But like Ant said, I mean, it's not like the Portland players aren't going to be emotional too. They a lot of those guys had personal relationships with Kobe as well, especially Dame Lillard. So, I mean, it's all over the place as far as what we're going to see. We could see him come out slow, right? If everyone's sad because of the tribute video that they're going to watch and, nervousness and just the energy in the arena. They could come out quick and not play a lot of defense.
Or they could give it their all on both ends of the floor, and then you get a low-scoring game like a playoff game maybe. Who knows with this game? I think it's just one to sit back and watch.
Yeah. I mean, I still like the Blazers play. I definitely think that it's worth a look. I do think there's an edge there, especially as it creeps and crawls higher and higher. I'm seeing 13.5 now. It's been as high as 14 today. That's a lot of points. So.
Man, it's crazy that Kobe's not around, bro. Doesn't it still seems crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I mean, definitely, not what we expected to see when we woke up Sunday morning, huh?
So I'm not British, but I just realized today's the day that Brexit thing finally became official after they voted on it 4 fucking years ago.
That's really too bad Dave Betts isn't in the chat to tell us what's really going on.
Yeah, like
Who's the other? We have Ken Peacock, but I haven't seen him tonight.
I've read about that Brexit thing. I've
British
watched
chat
videos on it and all that stuff. And the funny thing is like I still I don't know, whatever. Good for them, I guess. I don't know.
If they put Swanigan on him, Slugger, that's going to be even worse. That would be even worse. Yeah, I like your guys going over here just off the matchups. It's just so nuts. I do agree that 13 points is too much, but I want to go under on LeBron points.
So when's Texas going to do their version of a Brexit?
What, Texit?
Yeah, Texas. I mean, hasn't Texas been kind of threatening that for like 150 years?
Yeah.
I don't know if any state can do it, it's probably them. I think your Texit line's popular, Spread. Our video is going to make a shirt. Texit.
Rod says happy Friday, yeah. Wow.
What?
My article tomorrow is for 76ers Celtics. When we game on the show, the line hadn't dropped yet. It's out now. and it's 76ers +4, which is much different than what I have. So now I'm really not sure where I'm going to go with this.
Have you looked at the Thunder Suns halftime line? It's a pick 'em for the second half.
That fucking
Yeah, I mean, and we're already on it, so you just be doubling down.
that
I mean, if you want
Kobe
to join in
video.
with the rest of the group.
Kobe video just killed me, bro. Ugh.
Why do they got to make us all sad by showing us more Kobe stuff?
Oh my god, that was brutal. It's fucking brutal.
Oh, Concilier's talking about that Kobe Bryant touchdown celebration prop. I've actually saw that prop, but I'm not betting it.
Yeah, I saw that
I'll be right
prop
back.
too. I think it's definitely a possibility. 100%. Somebody in that end zone does something that has to do with Kobe. Yeah, I don't know what the odds are though. Rod Z said the halftime show in the Super Bowl kicks off with "Let's Get Loud." It's possible.
Is that a J-Lo song?
Yeah.
I can't think of too many J-Lo songs anymore because has it been like 15 years since she even dropped an album?
I don't know, but you're gonna hear like Jenny on the Block, "Let's Get Loud," all the hits, and I don't even know a Shakira song.
Whenever, wherever.
Just please don't ever do that again.
Whatever, wherever. That's like the only thing I could think of from Shakira. And then she's like doing the little like belly dance or whatever. Because didn't she used to be a belly dancer? I think.
I don't know. I probably she's good at it. So what do we got? We got the Bucks up 6 right now with 10 minutes left in the third. We got OKC up 1. Right now the line's 1.5, which was basically the closing line. Half point off the close.
Yeah, so, if anyone wants to jump in and they didn't get in at, pregame, but they joined us right now, you can get in and basically be on the same bet. So I'd suggest that. But for us that have already placed the bet, I don't think there's any reason to double down on this game. Haven't seen anything to indicate that the edge is even higher. And in fact, with the Thunder kind of being, having the more travel here, I would have liked to be in up by a little more, but I still like our spot, but definitely like no reason to double down.
Hey, Spread, do you know of any Shakira songs besides Whenever, Wherever?
Mm-mm.
God, I'm trying to think of what other hits she had.
Why?
I don't know, because now I'm curious.
Wow, the DraftKings moved that LeBron prop from 29.5 to 31.5 minus 160.
Huh.
Holy shit.
Does that mean we got the value on the under now?
So far, the only bet that I have in this game is Damian Lillard over 3.5 threes. I laid it. I think he gets that probably in the first half. I'll tell you, if the Lakers get down, I'm gonna slam that fucking money line though.
Do they play tomorrow?
Who?
I'm looking at
The Lakers.
LeBron at
They do.
34.5
They're playing the Kings.
at even money.
Oh yeah, they are, huh?
Yeah.
Would you bet LeBron at 34.5 at even money, Jay?
No.
No.
Not when his number's 26, 27 and a half every
He's already
night.
Yeah.
emotional. You
Even
can
if
see
it
him.
even if it hits, it's a bad bet.
Yeah,
Already,
and you know what?
right?
He
You just
already
gotta throw it on the
looks
line.
Like he's starting to cry. And they're
Yeah,
going to do
he
this tribute
already
video,
looks
and
like-
they're all going to start crying.
Yeah, he already looks like he's in tears. So who knows how this game affects
If
him?
I was
Like,
ever going to back a LeBron to get 30 points, it would have to be LeBron from Game 6 when he was on the Heat and they played the Celtics. I would need that look on his face. And I'd go, yep, he's getting 30, and there ain't a goddamn thing anybody could say about it.
Do you guys see Shaq talking about it? And I guess Shaq and Kobe hadn't even talked since like 2016.
Yeah, he said the last time he talked to him was his last game when he told him to get 50 and
Yeah.
he got 60.
20,000 people in the fucking dark screaming MVP. Who is that?
Yeah, Shaq
Usher.
and Kobe didn't get along, did they?
Mm-mm.
When they first played together, yeah, and then egos clashed.
There he goes.
Goddamn egos, man.
Usher's gonna start singing Amazing Grace. This is gonna kill me. Jesus Christ.
Then don't fucking watch it.
I have to. How do I not watch it?
You turn away, like, I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to get up and go get another beer and walk around for a few minutes and then come back. How about that? Booyah. Easy. Easy fucking game there, buddy.
He said booyah.
Booyah.
When do you think the next time? Can we put odds on the next time Ant says booyah?
And to be perfectly honest, I think I might go investigate the source of all these farts because I think something else might be brewing up here.
Yeah, go take care of that. Martin Riggs says, Jay, I'm throwing the house on the Lakers if they get down early. Yeah, bro. I think I'm going to be there with you.
I was saying I might have to take a shit.
Thank you for the clarification, bro.
You're welcome.
Perfect rotation says the odds on an Ant Booyah is minus 130.
Minus
The odds
130. I'll take the no.
Dang, Denver's almost tied it up, and Milwaukee's still minus 8.5. Did we want to jump in right now? That was the number we had kind of set.
What time? How much time's left?
It's 8:33 in the third quarter.
All right, they could definitely open it back up. You figure Denver's legs probably start to give out here soon.
You want to do it?
I'm game. Or do we
I'm
wait
in.
and try and get the 8
All
or
right.
the 7.5? Or do we just go now? I say go now because we might be getting it on that run like we did last game.
Yeah, they haven't called timeout yet, though. Porter's at the line. Let's wait at least a second.
Yeah, because it
Now
might
it's
go
a
down
1
another
point.
point.
Yeah, let's definitely monitor this, though. This is pretty close to our entry point. He makes both. It's a tie game, but I got minus 7.5 right now. I'm going to go
I'm
ahead
game
and
for
hit
that.
it. Jay, live bet Milwaukee Bucks minus 7.5, minus 125. I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. Oh, man. This Kobe shit, man.
Yeah, man, it's pretty heavy. At least they did it well. I think it was really well done, what they've done so far.
This is fucking killing me. It's like the last thing I want to do is your show right now watching this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've given out a bunch of plays if you want to call it and have us all be in our feelings by ourselves.
Jay Lillard, anyone else jump on that with us? Yeah, that's what I'm on. Damian Lillard over 3.5 threes for at minus 170. I didn't go crazy. I laid 340 on it to bet to win 200. Small bet, regular unit bet. Oh, Jesus Christ. They got the cello out now? I'm going to be hanging from a fucking bridge by the end of this. So did you guys bet anything on the actual game?
I didn't.
Yeah, I got plus 13, and I took the Lillard prop with you. And I'm not giving this out because it's such a hater move, but I took the no just because the numbers demanded it on the triple-double for LeBron.
The only thing I bet was that Lillard prop with you, Jay. I didn't bet anything.
What do you think about the first quarter? What kind of points do you think we see in the first quarter? Think they come out tight and nervous because of everything that's going on? Do you think the first quarter goes under?
It's so hard to say, right? I mean,
yeah.
I really don't think that we can find an edge on the first quarter. I mean, right? I think it's 50-50. It goes either way. They come out hot and there's not a lot of defense and we see a lot of points, or they come out tight and, they're just kind of missing and they're still shaking up and they need to get out and run, kind of like sweat it out, like switch their body from making tears into making sweat. So I definitely think that's a hard one to prognosticate. What do you think? If you were to play it, which way would you go?
I'd lean under, but you never know with that first quarter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially under these circumstances.
I'm not going to bet the Lakers money line. Not at minus 850. But if they get down early, like if they come out tight, like I really think that in the beginning of this game, Portland is going to play a lot freer than the Lakers are, don't you think? I think that they might come out a little tight with all the shit that's going on with Kobe. I think that we could definitely have it
on a week off.
Is that good or bad?
Yeah. Usually it's bad.
Bad. You figure you've been sitting there for a week and you haven't shot.
The ideal is 2 days.
Yeah,
the ideal is 2 days, and then after that, it starts to go back.
Yep, you lose that rhythm you're in, and you just gotta. It takes a little bit to get back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna have we could very well have an opportunity to hop on the Lakers here at a cheaper price. Like you may have an opportunity for a middle spread that you grab that plus 13. And if they dip down in that money line price to anything reasonable, I'm gonna hit that.
What would you consider reasonable? Like -5?
-4, -3, 370, -350.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
How many points do you think you have to be down to drag a -850 money line down in basketball?
10.
Portland would have to be ahead by
Probably.
well, it depends. In the second half, it mirrors the score pretty closely, but in the first half, it's pretty true to the opening line. So whatever number it is against the opening line is the number. It'll just be directly correlated to the line. So
Aaron says Lakers -4.5 in the first quarter.
I wouldn't take that.
I wouldn't take that either, man. We could be
If
wrong.
you guys missed the Bucks
Lakers
earlier, you can get the Bucks right now. If anyone missed the Bucks earlier, you can get it right now at -5.5.
Yeah, they're down 1.
So if you missed the Bucks earlier, when we jumped in, you can jump in right now at -5.5. Our official play is 7.5, but I'm just letting the guys know.
Wow, Denver took the lead on them, huh?
Yeah. Honestly, I don't mind that for our play though, because it just means that we're going to get the Bucks starters for the whole game.
Yeah. I mean, we could be off base and the Lakers could blow them off the court right from tip off.
Yeah, they could.
But I tend to think that they're going to win the game and probably comfortably, but I think it's going to take them a little bit to get going. So yeah, the only thing that we're on in this game is Damian Lillard over 3.5 threes. So you can get 4.5 threes at like plus or around even money plus 110. I laid the juice on 3.5 threes because I just feel better about it. Wow, Bucks down 3.
If LeBron loses this game, all the Kobe diehard fans are going to run that motherfucker out of LA.
I mean, they already want to anyways.
So they've already won to. If he loses this game, boy. Oh.
Imagine they win the championship this year, bro.
It's probably going to happen.
That would be epic.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Right now, who are you picking? If you had to pick one from each side.
What's up?
Give me a team from the West and from the East. Who you taking?
Clippers, Bucks. I'm gonna just go square there. I mean, if I don't have to lay any Jews, right?
Yeah.
I'll just take the 2 odds-on favorites. But it's wide open on both sides. I think that this is one of the weird years. The East, I think, is more open than ever. Obviously, this is LeBron's second year now, and we talked about Indiana a tad bit earlier, right?
I like.
I mean, they're like dark horse, legitimate contender now. I would say. So that now you have another one in the mix. Miami, to me, is a legitimate contender now. I was on it, but not a lot of people saw that preseason.
Who was that?
Philadelphia. What's up?
Who was the one you just said? Indiana,
Miami.
Miami, yeah, Miami.
Yeah, Indiana and Miami, and then of course, Bucks and Sixers are probably the most likely. And then the Raptors and Pacers definitely have a chance to make some noise and could upset anybody, even if they don't make it. But they could kind of upset that whole apple cart.
I think if the Pacers can dodge the Bucks until the Eastern Conference Finals, they'll make it there. I think they can beat Philly. I think they could beat Boston. I think they could beat Miami. They have the size to beat Philly. They have the defense to beat Miami. The Bucks will be the tough one.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat said, if I have to bet 2,000 on the Lakers game, which pick should I bet? Nothing. I don't think.
Just wait till Sunday. Just save it for Sunday with a prop.
Yeah.
We'll get you a winner.
Nothing in this game warrants a $2,000 bet.
Unless that's a 1 unit bet for you.
Yeah. Unless you got a $500,000 bankroll and you're just, you're betting 2 dimes on every game you bet, then take a shot with the over 3.5 threes from Dame.
Yeah.
Primetime DJs is asking for your EPL picks, Jay. You holding out on us or something?
I don't have EPL picks. Anthony does. I think he was on Hoffenheim plus a half goal, and he was on the draw in the Atletico Madrid game, and he was on Crystal Palace draw no bet. Those were the 3 plays that he was on. You could literally hear a pin drop.
There ain't a sound in that place.
Thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor the United States of America, will you please remain standing and remove your hat for the national anthem performed this evening by Boy Command.
You got kids bawling right now on the court. Who is that, Quinn Cook?
I'm waiting to see it. I'm a couple seconds behind you. Yeah, it's Quinn Cook.
Jesus Christ. Hey. A fucking cigarette.
Coco Bongo said whoever was going to bet $2,000 on the Lakers, save your money and send it to me as my house might float away tonight.
Why? Why is your house going to float away?
The Wizard of Coco Bongo.
LeBron's crying. Bro, come on. The kid's going for 60 tonight, bro. Is that LeBron going to try to talk right now?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome LeBron James. Before I get started on the speech that I have, I want to acknowledge all the lives that was lost Sunday morning. Alyssa Altabelli, John Altabelli, Kerry Altabelli, Peyton Chester, Sarah Chester, Christina Mauser, Ara Zabanya, Gianna Bryant, and Kobe Bryant. Now, I got something written down. You know, they asked me to kind of stay on course or whatever the case may be, but Laker Nation, man, I would be selling y'all short if I read off this shit, so I'm gonna go straight from the heart. The first thing that comes to mind, man, is all about family. And as I look around this arena, we're all grieving, we're all hurt, we're all heartbroken. And when we're going through things like this, the best thing you can do is lean on the shoulders of your family. And from Sunday morning all the way to this point, I heard about Laker Nation before I got here last year about how much of a family it is. And that is absolutely what I've seen this whole week, not only from the players, not only from the coaching staff, not only from the organization, but from everybody. Everybody that's here, this is really, truly, truly a family. And I know Kobe and Gianna and Vanessa and everybody, thank you guys from the bottom of their heart, as Kobe said. Now, I know at some point we will have a memorial for Kobe.
I don't know how he's getting through this, bro, with like actually talking.
This is a celebration of the 20 years of the blood, the sweat, the tears, the broken down body, the getting up and sitting down.
God bless this guy. I would be an absolute mess on that court right now.
I still want to know how Coco Bongo's house is going to float away.
I'm almost a mess sitting here, man.
Retired at 38 and became probably the best dad that we've seen over the past 3 years, man. Tonight is a celebration. Before we get to play, love y'all, man. Kobe is a brother to me, and from the time I was in high school, watching him afar, to getting in this league at 18, watching him up close. He said tonight's a celebration. He's going to drop 100. The one thing that we always share is that determination.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets to 50, do they just feed him to try and get him to 81?
And the fact that I'm here now means so much to me. I want to continue along with my teammates.
Oh, yeah, spread. They feed the shit out of him.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we can play the game of basketball that we love, because that's what Kobe Bryant will want.
Doug Bates says at least LeBron fake cries better than he flops.
I don't think it's fake tonight.
So in the words of Kobe Bryant, mama out. But in the words of us, not forgotten. Live on, brother.
Jesus. Literally the entire world just watched that. And somehow that guy didn't fall apart. That's That's an amazing job by LeBron James right there.
All right, since that's over, I need this answer, Coco Bonga. Why is your house going to float away tonight? Oh, he said rain.
You know what, bro? I'm taking the LeBron James over points. I don't even care if it goes down.
I'm just going to watch the game.
I just want to.
get some threes.
I just want to be a part of something special if it happens.
I'm not against that.
With all the fucking units that go down, go up on this show, we all can't throw $100 on LeBron James over tonight in honor of Kobe Bryant, just to watch this guy possibly put on a show.
Let's make it official.
I'm doing it right now.
Yep,
Swear
let's
on my
make it
life.
official. All right, it's official then.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you this. I could think of a lot of worse ways I spent $100 than what I'm about to do right now.
Spread, the Bucks are down 9. We get him at plus 140 on the money line. Do you think they lose? Oh, he's not even here. How you feel about that, Jay?
What's that?
You think the Bucks lose? They're down 9 going into the fourth quarter. You give them a plus 150.
I think I get paid to analyze football and MMA, and I think you get paid. Well, you don't get paid that much.
Yeah.
But I think that you're on here to analyze the NBA. So you tell me.
I don't got my partner to ground with me, so I gotta have somebody else.
I mean, they got the whole fourth quarter, T.
Yeah. Better team.
I mean,
Denver's on the back-to-back.
A 10-point run in the NBA, even the shittiest teams do that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, fuck it. I'm taking it plus 120 before it drops.
I love it. All the guys in the chat are with me. That's my people. Wow. So now the Denver Nuggets are fully healthy?
No.
Who's not there? Jamal Murray's out for the year, isn't he?
Yeah. No, not the year, but he's hurt.
Other than that, though, they're at full strength?
I think Gary Harris was still out tonight. Let me double check. Yeah, Gary Harris was still out tonight for him. Paul Millsap was also still out. That's 3 starters out right now.
Bro, I might go LeBron over 39.5 at plus 300.
There's one guy on that team that played with Kobe in a Lakers jersey, and he fucking hated him the year he was there.
Dude, Jokic is down.
Oh.
Oh, that's not Jokic. That's Porter. It's Porter.
Oh, that. Well, I mean,
Porter Jr.
That was a ticking time
He's
bomb.
not going to play the rest of the game. That sucks.
Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, Dave. That's terrible, man.
Yeah, it is.
Prayers up. I'm going LeBron over 39.5 at plus 295. That's my bet. Because let's be honest. If he clears 30, you think he's gonna stop, bro? No. He's gonna put on a fucking show. That's the bet I'm making. LeBron over 39.5. If it goes down, it goes down. Like I said, this will be the best $100 I ever lost on this show. Think about, you know what else, too, man? I heard Paul Pierce talking about how so many of these NBA players, right? They come from shitty areas. And Paul Pierce was saying how, there's so much violence around a lot of the guys that come up in the league. And the basketball court is a sanctuary to them.
Yeah.
It's a place where for 2.5 hours, they don't have to think about anything than the love of the game. Like, I'm sure that them playing this game right now is a release compared to what they've gone through the last week. Where'd Anthony go? What's the score in that Bucks game?
They're down by 8 still.
Yeah, there's a reason on LeBron to start the game.
So we don't have much action going on, right?
Nope.
No, that Bucks one is not looking good.
Before we get off the show, did Max hit the VCU under?
No, that lost.
The play that I made was over 3.5 threes. We don't know how that's going to go yet. The Thunder game is still going on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're down by 6, but it's
Oh,
9
yeah.
minutes to go. It's definitely still alive. But damn it, the fatigue's kicking in. I was a little worried about that, but I still like our spot. Paul's going to the bench right now. Not too happy about that, but we should have him fresh for the stretch run, and that's when we need it.
Did Porzingis get it for us?
Nope.
And the Grizzlies didn't go under 242?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
Only winner tonight was the fucking Rockets.
Yeah, the ones that we tried to vote. We got last second.
Rockets. So hopefully we get the Thunder home. If we don't get the Thunder home and Lillard over 3.5 threes, that is an epic shitting of the bed. But you know what?
Yeah.
The good news is we're up a shit ton of units, and we'll be right back here tomorrow night doing it again.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we're gonna go because there's not much going on. We got our place. Just so everybody knows, if the Lakers get down in this game and I see an opportunity to bang them on the money line, I'm going to do that. Other than that, I'm just going to ride out my Dame Lillard over 3.5 threes and the LeBron prop, and that's it. We'll be back tomorrow at 7:00, and then Sunday we will be back 4:30, 2-hour pregame show for the Super Bowl. So that's it. Thank you guys for joining us. For Ant, Max, Spread, Tyler, we will see you guys tomorrow night, 7:00. We're out back after this.